The following is a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, leading the way in regional sports coverage. Coming up, coverage of high school football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on adastraradio.com. Stream tonight's game with the Ad Astra Radio app. It's a free download for iPhone or Android. Powered by Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas. Stay tuned now for the Central Kansas Football Preview.
Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hutch are proud supporters of high school sports. And of course we are proud to support our way we can. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. We hope you have a fun and memorable and most of all, healthy season. Be safe. Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of Lorraine and 30th in Hutch or online 24/7 at allensamuelshutch.com. Come by. Let's be friends.
High school football on adastraradio.com.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Central Kansas Football Preview Show. I'm Scott Hogan, and Brad Hallier joins me. We jump right into the Ad Astra schedule tonight. 94.7, 0-5 and 0-1 in the district. Lions at 2-3, 1-1 Halstead. Lions fell to Ellsworth last week, 55-0. Halstead picked up a big win, 55-21 against Hillsboro, as the Dragons will try to get their third win. Lions in search of their first tonight on 94.7. 95.9, the Buhler Crusaders riding a two-game win streak as they defeated Mulvane 22-7 last week. They travel to Augusta to play the Orioles, who are 1-4 after falling to a pretty good Circle team, 37-15. This is the part of the schedule, Brad, I think Buhler needs to take advantage of, as they're right in the mix to try to grab a home game in the playoffs. Nice win against Mulvane. You see them going to Augusta and picking up a victory tonight.
Well, I like to think so. Their defense is really, really playing well right now, Scott. They've only given up 7 points in the last two games, and I'm not sure either Winfield or Mulvane had over 200 yards of offense. So, the offense is still kind of work some things out, but, heck, if you don't give up any points, you got nothing to worry about.
Well, I think they're getting a little bit healthier. They started the season nicked up a little bit. They get those kids in there, get some of these younger kids some more experience. You never know. I could see Buhler making noise when late October, November gets here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a program that's won a lot of games, especially under Coach Steve Warner. And even though they're only 2-3 right now, Scott, they're actually in position right now, 8th place in the 4A West. So, I like to think if they can get 2 more wins and get to 4, that should be enough to get them a home game.
Well, and that's what you're playing for. To start at home in the playoffs. 96.7, Smoky Valley, their brutal schedule continues. They last week 27-14 versus Cheney. They're now 2-3, 0-2 in the district, and boy, they have to travel to Pratt tonight. 4-1 Pratt. They're 0-1 in the district. Pratt, a non-district game and a win over Hoisington, 37-13. I don't know who Smoky Valley ticked off, Brad, but boy, that's Andale, Cheney, and now Pratt. 3 weeks in a row. Do you see them breaking out of that and avoiding a 3-game losing streak?
It's going to be tough, Scott. I mean, Smokies, they've played a tough schedule so far, but, and they gave Cheney a decent game as well, 27-14. But Pratt is playing. It's a good team. They're 4-1 right now. Their only loss, again, they competed pretty well with Cheney. I know you really can't do comparative scores, but I do like to see Smoky hang in there. I think that they're pretty well tested, but I'd like Pratt to win this one.
98.9 this evening. 4-1 McPherson. They're rated 6th this week. They are at 3-2 Wellington. Mac blanked Winfield 24-0. Wellington defeated El Dorado 45-8. Bullpups playing some good football. I get the feeling this could be a pretty good game. I still favor Mac. Do you think Wellington makes this a game through the second half?
Well, the thing about McPherson is they've actually played some games that were maybe thought where they won, and you thought, well, maybe expecting them to beat them a little bit easier. Great Bend was close for a while. They beat Circle by 20. That was a good win. 24-0 over Winfield. Wellington has bounced back a little bit this year. They've had some tough years recently, but they're off to a 3-2 start this year. And you look who they've lost to, Andale and Collegiate. So they haven't lost to a bad team yet. But I do like McPherson to go out and win this one. And I think it'll be maybe they won't blow them out, but I do think that they win this one comfortably.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more of the Central Kansas Football Preview Show here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver. And what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Sterling Village, you will have the peace of mind that your loved one is receiving the best care possible. We're here for you, whether you're ready for maintenance-free living in the senior cottages, need a little rehabilitation before returning home from the hospital, or person-centered long-term care. At Sterling Village, we are always here when you need us.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Stop by H&R Block in Lyons, Ellsworth, or Hutch today.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit ericksoncustombldg.com.
Hi, this is Lucas Raleigh with Raleigh Insurance. With a family myself, I know how important managing expenses are. If you are thinking about shopping your family's insurance, let us do the shopping for you with our newly expanded markets and carriers. As an independent agency, we've been saving families across Kansas for the past 50 years. Check out RaleighInsurance.biz, see me in Little River, or stop by Raleigh Insurance in Inman or Lyons today.
High school football on adastraradio.com.
Welcome back to the Central Kansas Football Preview Show. 100.3 tonight. 2-3 and 1-1 Medicine Lodge travels to number 7 Trinity. They're 4-1, 1-1. Trinity suffered their first loss to number 1 ranked Inman, 21-3, and Medicine Lodge knocked off Sterling 28-12. So Trinity going to try to rebound this evening and get to 2-1 in the district. I believe they will this evening against Medicine Lodge. What a game on Kicks Country 106.1 tonight. 5-0, 2-0 Chaparral at 5-0, 1-0. Kingman, Chaparral ranked 10th. Kingman ranked 3rd. Chaparral took care of Douglas 42-6. Kingman, an impressive road victory at Heston, 28-0. Huge district game here tonight. Kingman at home. This should be a great game.
Has there been a team that's been less appreciated maybe in the last 5 years than Kingman? It just seems like every year they piece together a strong season, and just because they haven't made it to a championship game, or I'm not sure if they even made it to the semifinals, but I tell you, Kingman has been strong, Scott, and I'm not sure there's been a less appreciated team. They're going in against a good Chaparral team tonight, who they've got some quality wins this year, Garden Plain and Conway Springs, and a much improved Wichita Trinity team. I think this will be a good game, and this is probably, for all intents and purposes, the district championship game.
I certainly think this will determine who is the 1 seed out of that district. I like Kingman in this game, but don't be surprised at all if Chaparral makes this a game and comes out on top either. Should be a great one on Kicks Country. Sports number 1, 5-0, 2-0 Council Grove at 3-2, 2-0 Marion. Council Grove ranked number 4. They defeated West Franklin 21-0. Marion, huge win over Belle Plaine, 60-9. We'll see if Marion can pull the big upset tonight at home and stay perfect in their district. Sports number 2, 2-3, 2-0 in the district. Conway Springs at 2-3, 0-2 Sterling. Conway Springs blanked Ellenwood 36-0. Sterling fell to Medicine Lodge 28-12. Boy, the tough district continues for Sterling. Conway Springs has gotten some things figured out after a slow start. Another tough game at home for the Black Bears.
Yeah, Sterling's obviously much improved this year, and we thought that they would be. Beating Sedgwick was a pretty good litmus test. I think this is another good litmus test to see how much Sterling has improved. Conway Springs may not be the Conway Springs teams of old that would win state championships, but like you pointed out, they've won 2 in a row. They played a pretty rugged schedule this year. This is not the kind of Conway Springs. Conway Springs is not the kind of team that you start throwing confetti and jumping up and down when you see them in the postseason. So it may not be their strongest team, but I think good litmus test for Sterling to test how much they've improved.
We'll see if Sterling, we both thought they would beat Medicine Lodge last week. They did not. We'll see if they can bounce back at homecoming weekend in Sterling. That's the Ad Astra schedule. One more game in the area that's huge. Undefeated Andale at undefeated Collegiate. We had this game last year, Brad. Andale took care of Collegiate. As good as Collegiate is this year, I just think Andale is just too strong.
Yeah, Andale right now in 3A is just at another level. Collegiate, for all intents and purposes, could be the second best team in 3A this year. We just don't know because they can't play in the state championship game against Andale. So it's a very good team, and it should be one of the best games in the state tonight. But I agree. I just don't think that they'll have the firepower to beat Andale.
Well, stay tuned for live pregame from all of our sites. You have been listening to the Central Kansas Football Preview Show on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Follow our high school football coverage all season. Find schedules, game recaps, and streaming audio online at adastraradio.com or download the free Ad Astra Radio app from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is coverage of high school football.
Ironworks Fitness is a 7-day-a-week fitness center with several different exercise machines and weights, located at 1201 South St. John Avenue in Lyons. Memberships start as low as $20 a month for individuals. For more info, visit lionsrec.org or like them on Facebook.
Our roots are right here in this area. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the communities that we serve. Because of that, we make our decisions right here at the bank. Some places have local branches. We have local roots. Lyons Federal Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. Online at lionsfed.com.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Sterling, you can count on me, Teresa Boken, your local Farm Bureau agent, to protect your family's blind side no matter what life throws at you. I am here to handle all your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Call the Teresa Boken Agency at 620-278-2572.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agriculture Insurance Company.
We're a hometown office with big city technology. Hi, I'm Dr. Matthew Perry with Lyons Dental Care. Whether you just need your teeth cleaned or advanced periodontal care like laser treatment and cancer screening, mini dental implants, or Invisalign, we have the technology. Our friendly, experienced staff and relaxing atmosphere will make your visit a pleasant one. New patients are always welcome and se habla español. Online at lionsdentist.com. Lyons Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
High school football on adastraradio.com.
Since 1997, when Mark Bliss took over as Conway Springs head coach and implemented an offense called the single wing, that was, invented by the legend Pop Warner in 1907. The Cardinals are 253-38 with 6 state championships and 1 runner-up, covering 3 different head coaches. A truly amazing run using and what some would say is an outdated offense. But what is old has become new again, as many of the modern offenses use a lot of the same concepts that Conway Springs uses in this single wing that they've been using for the last 25 years. In the 90s, most teams never even thought about using shotgun or pistol. Now most use it, and you'll see a form of it tonight here in Sterling. Well, no one has, as I said, been more successful than Conway Springs using it. The Cardinals got off to a rare 0-3 start this year, losing to Garden Plains 6-0, undefeated Kingman 36-0, and Chaparral 40-15. But if you look at those three schools that they played, outstanding records and all competing in their districts at the top. Well, it is the first time, though, since '84, since the Cardinals have lost 3 in a row to start the season. But since starting District 7 play 2 weeks ago, however, they have rolled to a 2-0 start, defeating Medicine Lodge 43-13 and Ellenwood last week 36-0. They do sit atop District 7 along with Inman, who they will play next week. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, this is high school football coverage on adastraradio.com. I am Brian Richter. We are in week 6 of the 2022 football season as we follow the Black Bears all year on Ad Astra Radio and Black Bear Broadcasting. Sterling enters tonight's last regular season games smarting from a 28-12 loss to Medicine Lodge last Friday at Medicine Lodge. After leading 12-0 in the first quarter, the Black Bears could never muster enough offense or contain the running and passing of the Indians' Carter Cunningham. With the loss, Sterling fell to 2-3 and 0-2 in the district and need a win to win at least 2 of the 3 to make the playoffs. Stay right here on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game as we will have interviews from Conway Springs head coach Matt Beeler and Sterling's Brent Schneider.
The Rehabilitation Department inside Rice County District Hospital sees both inpatient and outpatient individuals who live in Rice County and the surrounding communities. We provide speech, physical, and occupational therapy services in our state-of-the-art facility. We love serving the healthcare needs of the community we call home.
Is your internet service dropping more than the autumn leaves? Switch to MTC Internet today and receive free installation plus discounted service. Call 877-216-9951 or visit mtc4me.com today.
Advanced Physical Therapy of Hutchinson offers the most comprehensive physical therapy in the area. Our therapists at Advanced Physical Therapy are trained in multiple specialties such as women's health, dry needling, hand therapy, and orthopedics. If getting in to see your physician is difficult, Advanced Physical Therapy may be able to see you without a referral. We pride ourselves in one-on-one goal-oriented therapy to help reduce your pain and get back to doing the things you love. Call Advanced Physical Therapy or visit our website at aptclinics.com and see how we can help you live at your physical best.
Joined once again with coach of the Black Bears, Brent Schneider. Last week didn't go exactly how you had hoped for it, but you did have some positives come out of that. Thought Logan did some nice stuff in the first part of the game. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was proud of Logan. We gave him an opportunity to read the triple option a little bit more, having them run an even front with 4 linemen. And I thought he made some good first level reads, and then we got some things that he could see on the second level that he hasn't got to see quite yet this year, and he even got the ball out to our wings in that phase of the option. So we finally got the 3 phases of the triple option established, which was really cool to see for him being a freshman.
It's awesome. It's not an easy thing making those adjustments on the fly.
Yeah.
It sounds good in principle, but it's a difficult thing to do.
Yep.
Now, we getting a little banged up, as with every football team around at this time of the year. Do you expect to get any kids back? Did you get some more kids hurt? Where are you at on that stuff?
Yeah, I was proud of Braxton Linden. He was usually our backup fullback on offense, and he switched over to offensive line, and we're kind of keeping him set up for that position, even though he's going to bounce back and forth to kind of help us out. Ian Yancey got beat up a little bit, but he's a tough kid. He's going to try to grind back this week, and he's looked pretty good in practice. Carson Gray's got a couple practices in this week, and he's looked pretty good. I think he's gaining some confidence in that shoulder. So the trainers cleared him and gave him the green light. So I think just getting confidence back in that and dealing with it will be a big thing this week.
So those are encouraging things. As far as the games go, it gets probably more difficult, at least in my mind, with perennial power, Conway Springs, coming to town tonight. They, through my whole teaching career, they've been very good at football. What do you expect to see from them?
Yeah, they're very well coached. They do what they do very well. So they want to play physical football, and they want to run the ball down your throat. And then if you can start taking that away, then they start getting creative with their off tackle or sweep play. They don't really want to throw on you, but they have a little bit of a passing package in there if they need it.
What I've noticed from them whenever I've seen them is they don't throw much, but every time they throw, it scores.
Yeah,
every single pass is 20 yards wide open for a touchdown.
Because
it only happens 2 or 3 times a game, but
yeah,
they're wide open. So, in your preparation, did you had a good week?
Yeah, I thought we had one of our better weeks. I thought the kids really did a great job responding after a tough week last week, and I think that's a pretty big deal for our kids, especially with how much youth we have on it. And like you said earlier, the football season, it gets difficult. You get beat up, and it's just so physically demanding. But I've really been proud of our kids, how they respond. I thought we had a really good week of practice, possibly one of our best weeks, if not our best week. So it's encouraging.
That is encouraging. Any parting words you want to share with Black Bear Nation as we close this out?
Nope, I think we put a lot of work in this week, and we're just excited to get on the field for Friday night.
Okay. Thank you, Coach Snyder, and that has been tonight's Midway Motors Drive to the Game.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
Get the latest 5G devices at Nextech Wireless. Now you can get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus on us, or up to $999 off any other device. And that's not all. You can also get half off a new Apple Watch when you bring your number to us. Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas.
And we welcome you back to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Now pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Conway Springs Cardinals, Coach Matt Beeler. And Coach, thanks for joining us. And your team moved to 2-3 with a nice win in against Ellenwood in district play, 36-0. But let's go back to the start of the season. You start out of the gate with a brutal schedule, including Garden Plain, Kingman, and Chaparral. Kingman and Chaparral both undefeated right now. What would you say you learned from your team playing such a difficult schedule right out of the gates?
Well, that's one thing we talked about with our kids going into this year is we knew those were going to be tough. They were higher classification, bigger school teams, and but like I told them before, you learn a lot playing. I'd rather play really good teams and find out a lot about yourself in that situation than just having some that don't challenge you as much. We sure found out a lot with the resiliency of our group and how to battle back from tough situations.
And you bounced back pretty well, beating Medicine Lodge, starting out in district play, and then an Ellenwood team that's had a pretty stout defense, but going up against that ground attack. What did you see from your team against Ellenwood, Coach?
I like the way our lines, really carrying out their schemes and blocking downfield for each other, including the backs, and we've been able to make teams honor the whole field with multiple runners being able to get the ball, but we are led with Braden Coons getting quite a few carries, and he knows what to do with football when he gets it.
He's a good returning back for you, but looking forward to this game against the Sterling Black Bears, a better Black Bears team than the last couple of seasons. What are you guys preparing for, and what will you have to do well to come out on top, Coach?
We're going to have to limit our turnovers. That's been a situation, the teams don't want to be in. If you are able to give the ball back to teams, that makes it tough on them. And then also our penalties. It's one of those times a year you want to start playing as clean football as you can.
Coach, hopefully you can do that on Friday night and come out on top.
Thank you.
And that will do it for the head coach of the Conway Spring Cardinals. That's Coach Matt Beeler. We've got more of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up after this.
The Kansas legal team at Pyle Law is dedicated to offering clients with personal injury claims competent and compassionate service. If you or a loved one was injured in a serious accident involving a motor vehicle or a loved one suffered a wrongful death, we will inform you of your rights and walk you through the complicated process of seeking compensation for your personal injuries or loss. Call Pyle Law at 620-241-9000 to find out your options today.
Along with creating fuel for America, Kansas Ethanol produces dry distillers grains, a valued high-nutrient livestock feed. Kansas Ethanol also brings millions of dollars of revenue and economic development to Rice County and Central Kansas. For more details, go to kansasethanol.net.
Rice County, your pharmacy is Lyons Pharmacy, located at 921 West Main in Lyons, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to noon. They also offer free delivery to the surrounding area for your convenience. Lyons Pharmacy, service you deserve from people who care.
High school football on AdAstroRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth and the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. You're watching Black Bear football on shsblackbears.com and listening on the Ad Astra Sports Stream number 2. I am Brian Richter, and thank you for joining us tonight on Black Bear Broadcasting. Sterling will have its hands full tonight with the Cardinals quarterback Brandon Coons. Coons rushed for 251 yards on 22 carries last week in their 36-0 win over Ellenwood, and 331 yards on 34 carries the week before against Medicine Lodge. In the two district games, Coons is averaging 291 yards per game and has 872 yards on 125 carries for the season. Well, it's that time, and it's time to bring in the Clark the Shark. He'll offer up his Shark Bites to the game, brought to you by Precision Engraving Awards in Sterling. Welcome, Shark.
Yeah, I don't think we're stopping them.
Well, that's the way to get the Black Bear Nation in positive mood.
Yeah, we're going to have to move the football. We're going to have some long drive. We have to have some long drives that score, because I don't know that we're going to be able to physically stop them. I'm not saying we can't stop them sometimes, but I don't think we're blanking them.
Well, it is a unique offense, and you're going to have a hard time. Those of you at home going to watch Clark, and you're going to have a feeling that the Shark is going to lose the football, let's just say, occasionally here as he watches this.
Yeah, I'm going to lose it. I can just tell by being around this offense. You can't find this.
I'll tell you, follow the linemen. If the linemen pull, it's most likely going where they're pulling to. If they don't pull, it's really right up the gut. And, well, Sterling is kind of in deep trouble in the districts, sitting at 0-2, facing Conway Springs sitting at the top. Inman and Ellenwood are playing tonight, and Sterling desperately needs to win 2 out of their next 3 out of these 3 to make it to the playoffs. Otherwise, they're going to be on the road possibly, or even hosting a home game here in November, late October. I wanted to get a couple thoughts as we see the captains out on the field, Shark. As we have Gabe Riffle, Braxton Linden's wearing 60 tonight. He will not be starting on the offensive line, but could very well see that, and also some at fullback. And then Ian Yancey, who went out last week, and he is back in the game as well tonight. Sterling is missing defensive end outside linebacker Zeke Johnson, who is out with an injury tonight. Conway Springs will win the toss, and they will elect to receive. Sterling will take the win and defend the north end zone. And you are watching the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. We'll be back in 1 minute for the kickoff.
Stream tonight's game on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio app. It's a free download for iPhone or Android. Powered by Next Tech Wireless. Coming up, more high school football coverage from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on AdAstroRadio.com.
Is your team paying too much for health insurance? I'm Ashley McClure with IVP Benefits Consulting Group. As an independent agency, we represent every major carrier and can find your company the best rates available. Call me today at 620-904-7010 or go to ashliecanhelp.com.
This is country music singer-songwriter Nicole Gallion here to tell you about my hometown, Sterling, Kansas. There's wonderful things happening in Sterling, and we would like your family to join us. Consider moving your family to our safe, rural community where we currently have brand new spec homes and apartments with 3-bedroom duplexes coming very soon. Now is your chance to enroll your children in our award-winning school district. Soon we will be even closer to the metro due to the new highway. Come enjoy our small town charm while being just a short drive away from the big city.
High school football on AdAstroRadio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling as we are 25 seconds away from having the kickoff tonight. And really what is our first fall weather as the temperature is probably in the middle 40s with wind chills down to the low 40s and a little bit of moisture in the air here and there. Sterling will kick off to the Conway Springs Cardinals. Conway Springs 2-3, as are the Black Bears, but those wins and losses going different ways as the Black Bears have dropped their last two and Conway Springs winning their last two. Shark, are you going to Lawrence tomorrow to see game day tomorrow? I know you're a big KU fan.
No, I'm Santa Claus in the parade tomorrow.
You what?
Yeah, you heard me.
For the college homecoming.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, as Sterling will squib it, which turns into an onside kick and a short field, and is recovered by Lane Whitney on the Conway Springs 47-yard line, where they will take over there, heading into the wind, which I don't think will matter to them, Clark.
They look like my golf shots.
You like
I take a big honking swing and it goes 20 feet.
I think he took a hunk of the Sterling College field grass out of that.
Kicked it as hard as his leg would kick, and it went 8 yards.
Went 8 yards. So Conway Springs 1st and 10. Look for a heavy dose of Braden Coons, who will be the quarterback, tailback, whatever you want to call him. He will take the direct snap, and he'll go right up the middle, following his big guard. And just like last week against Ellenwood, he's off to the races. A couple Black Bears trying to haul him down. He's at the 10, stiff arms Jaden Diasio, and he will score on a 47-yard or a 53-yard touchdown run, first play from scrimmage.
I didn't mean like right away.
You did not mean right away.
I wasn't meaning like now.
Thing about that is they did have Sterling had opportunities to tackle him and just didn't.
I would agree with that. I didn't think there's even a hole there for a while.
I mean,
then he kind of popped out of nowhere, and pretty soon he was in the open.
Conway Springs line up in the swinging gate. Now they'll roll back into a traditional extra point formation. Eli Binge with the kick, and it is good. 7-0. Conway Springs over Sterling. 11:48 here. We just got it kicked off. You are watching Black Bear football on Ad Astra Radio and Black Bear Broadcasting.
Walton Plumbing and Heating at 112 North Broadway in Sterling is who to call for expert heating, cooling, and plumbing needs at 620-278-3462. A proud supporter of Sterling High School sports, Walton Plumbing and Heating says, "Go Black Bears!"
The Sterling Black Bears Booster Club supports Sterling junior senior high school students and their activities through the help of the community and parents. To learn more or become a member, email blackbearboosterclub@gmail.com. Good luck, Black Bears.
Hi, this is Matt with Pride Ag Ace Hardware on the west edge of Lyons. Ready to get your fall projects kicked off? Cooler temps are on the way. Now's the time to get started with Pride Ag Ace is the place. Whether it's reseeding your lawn, painting, or finishing up things that you've been putting off, we're ready to help. Central Kansas's destination for hardware and much, much more is Pride Ag Ace Hardware, Dodge City, Lyons, Mays, and Meade.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
High school football on AdAstroRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is high school football coverage on AdAstroRadio.com, and if you joined us remotely late, it's already 7-0 Conway Springs. First play from scrimmage, 53 yards for the touchdown. Conway Springs kicks off. Wyatt Newberry will catch it. He will be harassed and hauled down at the Sterling 24-yard line where the Black Bears will take over.
This is the key to the game right here. You're going to see how it's going to go in the next few minutes.
What do you mean by that?
You know exactly what you're just trying to ask me that, so I'll talk about it.
I want to hear your expertise. I mean. You are the color.
if we can't establish the run, we can't establish the fullback, we can't make any yardage, it's just going to be long. It's just going to be a long night, and I'm glad we're in the booth, not in the drizzle.
It is plenty cold out. Boston Scheimer, I did it again. Boston Eckert here on the home sideline, just 2 yards from the sideline. Sterling on the left hash in their double wing formation. It'll be a give to Farney. He will bounce off a couple and drag about 5 Cardinals out for a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1 as he got it over the 25. Actually, it'll be 11-yard gain for a first down.
That's encouraging, isn't it?
Very. Well, just what you said there.
That's exactly what we don't need an 11. If we could just get 4. 3.
I would prefer. I prefer 11, Clark.
Yeah, you're not going to get 11 on everyone, but we could just move forward on every play. We'll have a nice ball game tonight.
Sterling to the line of scrimmage. Colby Beagley at center, right guard. Carson Gray, left guard. Gabe Riffle tonight. Actually, Gabe's playing tackle. It's a give to Farney again. He'll trip, maybe over his own man. He'll fall forward for 3 yards, so it'll bring up 2nd 7, 11:09 left.
There was a seam to go a long way on that one, actually. That might have been turnaround's fair play type of deal. He might have gone. There's a huge hole. Did you see it?
I did see that. And, the best offense is a good offense, or the best defense is the good offense. That's what I meant to say, Clark. There is idiocy up here. Sterling, and they're all black tonight, topped with their white helmet and their Bear logo. And Conway Springs in all white, red helmet, no logo, black face mask. Red numbers. Farney again, he'll be met immediately, drugged down hard by Cade Howell, brings him down. It will bring up 3rd and 5. Just like tonight's teams, I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Expert dry cleaning and professional shirt service. I Need a Cleaners, it's where to take your clothes. So a big down here, Clark, 3rd and 5. Braxton Linden will check in for Zane Farney, who on the year has well over around probably 700 yards, but the last 2 games have been tough going for the freshman.
It was a fantastic run that last time. What a great effort.
It was.
Even though he didn't break out of it. It was a tough bring down for their kids.
Sterling in double tight formation. Diasio in motion. Fake sweep. Logan Isaac, I don't know if he was going to pass that or if it was going to be a sweep, but it will result in a 3-yard loss. Actually, they're going to give him no loss. It'll be 4th down and 6 now, 5.5.
That's a costly mistake.
Do you think that was a broken play?
Yes, that was definitely a broken play.
As
he turned to do something, and it didn't happen.
Sterling will punt. Again, Conway Springs started the season 0-3, but looking at their schedule, they knew it was going to be tough, and they are none worse the wear right now. Cale Thomas just barely gets it off, right off his toe. It'll roll past the 35, down to the 32-yard line, where the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32. We'll keep it right here. Let Allen Samuels find you the make, model, and budget that best fits you. View their large inventory at allensamuelshutch.com. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeeps, Ram. Come by, let's be friends.
Well, we had that huge mistake on 3rd downer. I think we'd be probably going for it with 4th and 1 here.
I think you're exactly right. This kind of game, you're going to have to keep the football in its 4-down territory most of the time. Conway Springs lines up. Sterling's got everybody in there. It'll be a dive to Kuntz, a direct snap to him. He'll be dropped for a 3-yard gain, which could have been less, but he drags 2 Black Bears, including Colby Beagley, for that 3-yard gain. Kuntz is a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore, and he is guided up there by over 290 pounds of beef on the front line, including Russell Chitwood, 6'3", 290 pounds at that outside tackle.
It's a pretty big boy.
Howell, the wing here, they'll snap it to Kuntz. He's off to the right side, and that was not him. That was actually, I believe, that probably was Nathan Bernson with the carry, I believe.
Is he number 34?
Yes, that's who it was. He will get a first down now to the 44-yard line of Conway Springs. 8:40 left here in the first quarter. Conway Springs 7-0. 53-yard run by Kuntz in the opening play of the game. Direct snap to Kuntz. He'll haul it over for about a 3-4 yard gain Drugged down by Boston Eckert, Colby Beagley, and getting up slowly is Zane Farney.
I figured out how to stop it.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear this mastermind you are, the Shark.
You've got to have your guys where the ball's going. Your defenders just kind of stop it, and the tackle needs to be made from behind.
Yes,
you've got to come from the weak side of that thing and chase it down and grab him from behind.
Well, you know you're going to get pullers, and you got to blast them at the line of scrimmage. Hopefully they can't get upfield creating those holes, but that's much easier said than done. As Conway Springs now 2nd and 7. Another snap to Coons. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward for 2 yards as he's tackled by about 6 Black Bears. It'll bring up 3rd and 4.
We played it pretty well, but
absolutely,
he's a strong kid. Who do we know that's 6'2", and how much you say he weighs?
195 pounds.
Who's about like that walking around our school?
We don't have one of those.
We don't have a 6'2", 195er?
We do not have one of those.
How much you weigh? How much?
That would be me.
How tall are you?
Probably 6 foot.
Oh, you're not even 6'2"?
No, he looks a whole lot better than I ever could have.
He probably got more muscles than you got.
Well, that's an understatement. Another snap to Kuntz. He'll take it over the right side. He's got a hole over there, and he'll get a first down to the Sterling 37-yard line for a first down, followed his Taylor Wykes, the 6'2", 165-pound junior over the right side. Clock will run, 6:53 left in the first quarter. Conway Springs leads 7-0.
More encouraging now that we've slowed them down at least.
There has, well, yes, they've run 5 plays, I think, now instead of just 1. I think that's fair.
They can make mistakes, too.
Yes, and
the longer the drive, the more chance you get turnovers and stuff like that going on.
Kuntz with the inside handoff. It was stopped by his own man. Sterling will lose track of him, and that is Isaac Winter from 37 yards out on the wing, just a wing handoff on a reverse, really not a reverse, just across the formation. Kuntz takes the snap, hands it to him, and that's a 37-yard touchdown for Isaac Winter.
Well, they screwed that up, I think. They had a mess up.
I don't think so, Clark.
Yep. They had it handed off, and he kind of stuttered in there.
He stuttered because it was knocked back. The Sterling defensive line pushed the offensive line back.
But we had it, and then all of a sudden he was gone.
He popped out of there. Eli Benj with the kick a little low, but it goes over. It is no good. And so with 6:29 left here in Sterling, not quite halfway through the first quarter, Conway Springs Cardinals 13, the Sterling Black Bears 0.
Since 1904, Alden State Bank has been serving the surrounding area as a locally owned independent bank. Hi, my name is Lauren Bundy, Vice President.
And I'm April Kelso, cashier. At Alden State Bank, we believe that our relationship with our customers is the most important part of banking. Making you feel welcome and providing outstanding personal service is our goal.
We thank you for your business, trust, and friendship. A proud supporter of Black Bear and Warrior events, Alden State Bank, member FDIC.
Livestock nutrition, pet food to feed and see, grain storage and the vet supplies, tires and batteries, crop chemicals, fertilizers, bulk fuel and propane, professionals to count on, we can help you sell that grain. One Stop does it all, CPC is who you call, where full value is always guaranteed. You get today's technology and yesterday's values, call your Central Prairie Co-op team.
High school football on AdAstroRadio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling in the Allen Samuels broadcast booth as Isaac Winter, just on his 30th carry this year, put a 37-yard run on the board and his 3rd touchdown. That'll give him 177 yards for the season. Doesn't touch it often, but when he does, he averages 28 yards a game and 5 yards a carry. That will go up considerably. Here's the kick. Wyatt Newberry will field it or attempt to field it at the 20. It rolls past him down to the 11. He'll pick it up at the 10, find a little crease there, gets hit hard at the 20, falls forward to the 22 or 3.
That was a little nerve-wracking. I don't know if he's going to get to the ball or not for a second there.
Well, they need to move up. The wind is blowing, and they've got a great traditional straight-toe kicker. Did you see the black band on his pulled up his toe there? And
this coach must be like old school.
Well,
like a triple dose of old school. They run the wing tee, they run the swinging gate, and now they have a kicker that puts a black thing on his toe.
I love it. The single wing is
a single wing.
Yeah, so they can be confused. 6:19 left. Farney will take it hit, and he will get no gain, maybe a gain of 1. He went over the left side, fullback dive for no gain.
Pretty physical tackle there. He did get a yard, though, so he went forward. If we wouldn't have had the mistake on third, I really think we had a chance to have a drive last time.
Well, now's the time to do it. He actually got 2 out of that, a very generous spot, in my opinion. 6 minutes now left on the clock here in Sterling as the temperatures have dropped and the Cardinals up 13-0 on Sterling. Eckert will find himself over on the visitor sideline, east side. Sterling going south. Little inside reverse to Jaden Diasio. He'll be harassed by, looked like maybe Coons and it was. We hadn't seen that play before. I think Sterling had 2 men in motion maybe.
Yeah, but there's a late flag.
Okay, I did not see that, Clark.
So it came in with Gabe pummeling a guy out there. So
yeah, holding against Sterling.
Probably on Gabe, I'm guessing. I know he's threw it right where he's at.
Holding on Sterling, that will move the ball back 10 yards and will bring up
second again, right?
Second down, but it'll be 17, I believe. Third and 18. Should be second and 18.
We need to get one of those electronic markers, that show you how far you got to go. That's the next thing the Booster Club's got to buy.
The next big deal.
Yeah, then we can sit up here and be sure that we know what we're saying.
Well, I have a scoreboard operator over there that does that. Sterling will spread it. Diasio spread out left. Logan will hand it to Farney. Farney's got some room. He's over the 25, bolts to the middle to the 35, busts it over to the 40, where he is brought down.
To the Black Bears. Accompanied by number 16, Eli Howard.
Brought down by Eli Howard, but a nice run there by Zane Farney.
A fantastic run. A new wrinkle in our offense.
Now, you'll have to tell me what the wrinkle was because I couldn't find the football, Clark. What happened?
We spread them out. We spread it out, and we handed it to Zane, just like all our other.
Boy, that's a new wrinkle.
we moved our aces out to the wider, yeah.
To the wide, okay.
And they all went out there, and all of a sudden there was more room to run.
You can't beat the color of the shark. 4:44 left in the first. Sterling driving now on their own 42-yard line, and Sterling will fumble it. Bad exchange between Colby Beagley and Logan Isaac. Colby will fall on it, but it will be a loss of at least 2 back to the 40.
Do you think we fumbled it on purpose, like a trick play?
You're not asking me that in seriousness, are you?
I thought you could comment on it.
Well, no.
We just kind of had a different play with Zane.
No. Those things are illegal now. You can't run those. You're talking old school, Clark.
Well, it's your Nebraska. Your greatest Nebraska teams made that famous.
They did. That's probably why they outlawed it. Sterling back in a double tight, double wing. Farney at the fullback. Diasio in motion. It'll be give to Farney. He bounces it outside, avoids. Oh, wow, really nice tackle.
He had something there. We were definitely going to be getting another first down, but he got him by the shoe.
Jose Robles with the tackle. Really nice tackle and a gain of maybe 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. Must be having a little bit of moisture out there, Clark. It is on the windows here in the press box. 3:29 left.
As much rain as we've seen in a month.
6 drops. 3:20 and counting. First quarter here. Conway Springs leads 13-0. Sterling spreads it out. Twins to the left. Oh. That will be be encroachment, I believe.
No, our guy over here went sprinting up the field 6 yards.
False start. Sterling's wide receiver might have seen the defensive end, Cooper Koster, jump across, and as he moved, Jaden decided to move too, and that will be a loss of 5. Clock now at 3 minutes and counting.
Well, we're lengthening the quarter.
You're right.
They're not scoring on us.
Stream tonight's game on your phone with the Ad Astra Radio app powered by Nextech Wireless. Shop the latest phones and devices at the best prices. Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas. Sterling faces 3rd and 15. Now 2:40 left. Sterling might have to hurry. It will be a delay of game.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Delay game on the offense.
And so that will move it back to 3rd and 20.
It's not good.
The wind at Sterling's back. Now not much of. The flags has dropped to nothing here.
The storm has calmed it down.
Eckert will go about 30 yards to the left on the visitor's sideline, about 2 yards off. Farney in the fullback. Newberry in motion. Farney will get it and cut it back to the right. He'll be met by about 6 Cardinals, ultimately brought down by Cooper Coster, and he'll bring up 4th down for Sterling.
I really think our offense is doing some pretty good things,
but
we make a mistake.
That's what we've said the last 3 weeks.
Had another mistake there, and then we're off.
That was a problem against Inman, etc., and last week Medicine Lodge 2. Now 2 minutes coming up in the first quarter. Conway Springs leads 13-0 on 2 long runs. Cale Thomas back to punt. Isaac Breyer, the personal protector. Braxton Linden snaps. Nice snap. Heavy rush. Cale gets it off. It's over the head and a really nice punt. Unfortunately, didn't get a Sterling roll. It'll stop on the 25-yard line with 1:50 left here in the opening quarter at Sterling. It did not.
Don't you think the way it was flipping that it should have rolled?
Yeah, and our field is really soft, as you can attest. You were out there yesterday with your junior high, another junior high victory from the Sharks, the junior high Bear Cubs.
That field is in good shape. For this time of year, it's the best shape it's been in years.
It'll have 4 games on it this week.
Yeah, but the big one's tomorrow. That was what will mess it up.
That will put
you think these guys got some size to them? Wait till tomorrow when the college gets out there.
Will put some stress. Conway Springs snap to Coons. He tries to take it over the right side. Isaac Breyer wraps him up and hauls him down for a 5-yard loss, but possibly a face mask on Sterling.
There's definitely a flag. He threw that thing 30 feet in the air. Do you think they have flag throwing contests, the refs, and they talk about it at half?
I have often wondered about what's the protocol on throwing the flag. If it's high, low, drop it, or what?
I bet they talk about it half, about how high they threw it up.
Well, that wasn't a face mask, but it is going to be, I guess you'll call it targeting.
What do you call? Personal foul?
Yes. And so that will move, instead of a 5-yard loss, it will push the ball out to the Conway Springs 35-yard line. So the first real positive play, negative play for Conway Springs, positive for Sterling, results in a 15-yard gain for the Cardinals. Kuntz will take it again. He'll fake the handoff, and he's off to the races, off to the left side. He's at the 35, the 30, down to the 20. Jaden Diasio chases him, but he can't get him, and so that will be a 65-yard touchdown run for Braden Coons with 1:32 left in the first quarter to put Conway Springs up 19-0.
It was a great effort by Diasio to try to catch him down. He's fast.
Sterling followed, as we used to say, chased the cheese, Clark, and the mouse ran for 65 yards for his second touchdown. They'll go for 2 out of the swinging gate, a snap over to Coons, but he'll be stopped short. And so
the gate was slammed.
The gate was slammed shut.
With 1:32 to go in the first quarter.
With 1:32 left in the first quarter, Conway Springs leads 19-0.
Allen Samuels and Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
First Bank values our students and residents, and we are proud to support their activities. We are committed to providing the services needed, whether you are at home or away. Online banking, our First Bank mobile app, and text message banking will allow your bank on your time, not just when your lobby is open. Mobile deposit is even an option. Our technology gives you 24/7 access to your money, even when you're cheering on the Warriors. First Bank, Sterling, Lions, Chase, and online at first-bank.net. Member FDIC.
High school football on AdAstraRadio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling and the Ad Astra Radio Network and Black Bear Broadcasting. We are in the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, and a third touchdown by the Conway Springs Cardinals puts the score at 19-0 here in the opening quarter.
I'm personally glad that I'm in the Allen Samuels broadcast booth because it's drizzling pretty heavily.
There is, I just noticed, you're right, Clark, water on the track. And the kick will go down too. It'll drop at the 25. Jaden will pick it up. He finds a seam. He'll get over the 35 to the 36-yard line with 1:27 left, where Sterling will take over. Today out at Scott City, and probably a difficult weather regional for 3-2A, 1A regional tennis. Well, the Lady Black Bears, including Chelsea Brown, Kylie Latterell, Kate Rowland, and Carissa Wilson, and Ella Wellman and Sunny Carter, they all advance to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Brown and Latterell in singles, and Rowland, Wilson, and Wellman and Carter in doubles. So they will play tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit better out there. As Sterling takes over on its 36-yard line. Again, double tight here. A handoff to Wyatt Newberry on a little speed.
Newberry on the carry, tackle made by
speed sweep, and he'll get, about 3-4 yards there, Clark.
I think we can move the ball on these guys, actually, after this is my diagnosis.
Okay, let's really hear this.
If we quit making mistakes, I think we can get the 4 yards a play, 3-4 yard play. Every play we run, except for that, we had a couple, they pounded us like 2 so far. But the rest of them we've been gaining yardage, then we'd have a mistake.
Well, and that is, it's fairly still a young team. I don't care that, you're playing 5 freshmen on offense and no seniors on offense. 2nd and 7. Give to Farney. He's got room to run. He's over the first down, over the 50, and he'll get to the Conway Springs 49-yard line with 40 seconds left. First down, Sterling, just as you said, Clark.
That was a timely run after my commentary.
You're amazing. You are a prognosticator.
Oh, there you are with words no one's ever heard of before.
Only you have never heard of before.
They'll be all looking in their Google searches for what a prognosticator is.
Only you would have to look for that. 30 seconds left here in the quarter, as Clark mentioned, little mist coming down, I'm guessing.
That's not a little mist. Look at the lights. That's a lot of mist.
I'll trust you. There still is 6 drops on the window. Sterling 1st and 10 from the Conway Springs 49, double tight. Actually overloaded to the left, and Farney is met immediately by, I believe that was Russell Chitwood, maybe.
Number 60.
He definitely hit him. That was a negative play. Hey, we're going to quarter. Did you know that?
I did, Clark. And that will be the end of the first quarter as the Conway Springs Cardinals lead Sterling 19-0.
Learn with purpose. Wherever you are in your learning journey, Sterling College has the training you need. With undergraduate, graduate, and online programs, you can find the career path just for you. Sterling College is a Christ-centered liberal arts college in Sterling, Kansas, located just 20 minutes from Hutchinson. Sterling provides you with class-leading KCAC and NCCAA athletics and numerous arts opportunities to perform, learn, and grow. Visit sterling.edu or scwarriors.com to take your step to being a warrior.
Rice County District Hospital is proud to serve the county and the surrounding communities with care that you can expect from your hometown. We live here, we work here, and this community is important to our entire organization. We are a family of professionals dedicated to serving our community's healthcare needs with dignity and respect.
Follow the Sterling College Warriors and Sterling High School Black Bears in the pages of the Sterling Bulletin. The Sterling Bulletin is your first source for Black Bear and Warrior coverage, with news stories and photographs of today's game. Pick up a copy next Thursday morning. The Sterling Bulletin. High school football on AdAstraRadio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling as Sterling faces a 2nd and 13 here as we start the second quarter, and they're now going into the north. Farney with the delayed handoff won't find any room, and it will be maybe a gain of a half yard to bring up 3rd and 11.
I want to take back about what I said, how we were making yardage, because they flat out stuffed the last 2 plays.
They did, and If you were wondering, Clark, if Kuntz was going to set a record tonight, we hope that he doesn't. Tanner Wood, Conway Springs running back in 2012. You want to take a guess how many he ran for?
In one game?
In one game.
475.
Add 200 yards to that, almost 200 yards. 659 yards against Chaparral.
I thought I was guessing high.
I don't think I ran for 659 yards in a career, and he had it in one night. Eckert and Breyer here to the bottom of the left. Diasio at the top. Logan will go back to pass. He throws off his back foot. It's a jump ball, and it will nearly be picked off. He was looking for Eckert on the sideline, and that will make it 4th down.
Well,
Pass broken up by number 6.
we got so far behind on the down and distance, we had to throw it. Although it looks like we're going to run a play here, so maybe I'm surprised we did throw it.
Yeah, I mean, Sterling down 19-0, 11 minutes left here in the second quarter. Conway Springs in the first play of the game, 11:48 left in the first. Brandon Kuntz ran a 57-yard run, then Isaac Winter with 6:24 left with a 37-yard run. And then Kuntz would tack on another one just before the end of the quarter. Logan Isaac back to pass. He launches it as far as he can. Isaac Breyer kind of stopped running on it, and it will be dropped, which turns into a really good idea for Conway Springs.
Yeah, because it was going to be a nice punt is what it was.
Absolutely. And so instead of Conway Springs having the ball on their own 25-yard line, they will take over at the Sterling 49-yard line, looks like. Heading south now. No wind, Clark.
Nope, the wind is gone. Pratt's ahead of Smoky Valley 14-0. Trinity's up on Medicine Lodge 14-0 with 3:30 in the first.
Sterling will travel to Trinity next Friday, and we'll have that. Carried by Bernson, and he's carrying a whole pack of bears for about a 5-yard gain down to the Sterling 44-yard line.
First contact was a 2-yard gain, and then we all got on his back for 3 more yards.
He's 5'11", 190-pound junior. They're kind of young too, really. I mean,
are they in our district next year? Is this a 2-year cycle?
Yeah, a 2-year cycle. So next year Sterling will travel to
Good. I've never
Conway
been
Springs.
to Conway Springs. I look forward to that.
Nice town.
Never been there.
That's
I've lived
about
in
time.
Kansas my whole life and never been to Conway Springs.
Not that far away, Clark. Sterling will take a timeout.
Well, there must not be a major road that goes through where I need to go.
Yeah, well, for Sterling, that would be true. With 10:18 left, we'll step away. Actually, I won't step away, Clark. I'll keep it right here. This timeout is brought to you by Pyle Law. If you or a friend or a family member have been the victim of an accident, contact Pyle Law in McPherson. At Pyle Law, Tom takes the time to evaluate your options. You got any more scores there, Clark?
I just had a Pretty Prairie score was the only other one I
Okay.
had so far. You know, games are just getting started, really. No, I got some more. Marion over Council Grove, 24-0. So
Marion looks in good shape to win their district. They are with Sedgwick.
the note here is that Council Grove had only allowed 2 touchdowns the whole season, and Marion's got 3 in the opening quarter.
That's true. They were undefeated, but I did look at their schedule, and it wasn't incredibly tough.
Halstead's up on Lions in the end of the first. You want to make a guess on that one?
20-0.
14-0.
Better than Sterling right
Mac
now.
It's 14-6 over Wellington. Just starting the second. And then Gossel's ahead of Pretty Prairie 22-6. That's the games we're covering tonight.
The scoreboard update brought to you by Lions Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist, online at lionsdentist.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Now out of the timeout, Conway Springs 2nd and 6. And Kuntz will take the snap and be thrown forward by Gabe Riffle. He'll be stopped just 2 yards short of the first down. Will bring up 3rd and 2.
So what do they got in their bag of trips for 3rd and 2?
3rd and 2.
Yeah.
Same play.
Same play. Number 5's going to run. Is that what we're predicting?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we're right.
3rd and 2, Sterling stacking at everybody. If you put a firecracker there, you'd get a whole lot of people, and it is a direct snap. And I think this is Burnston, but he will be stopped. Gabe Riffle, along with maybe Braxton Linden, Colby Beagley.
You called it.
Number 56, Adam
It was a run to number 5.
4th down.
And we stopped them straight up.
It'll bring up 4th and 2. I would say you might see another dose of that.
No.
4th and 1.
It's not going to be that same play. The 5's going to run it, but he's going to a different spot. He's not going in that same spot. He's going around the end or something.
Burson will take the snap. He'll run through the hole, and 8 of the Sterling Black Bears are on top of him, but it will be a first down to the Sterling 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with just now under 9 minutes left.
These plays end up with quite a pile. A lot of guys are having to get uncovered at the end of these plays.
If you follow they're not, tonight Conway Springs, they're just mashing it straight ahead, not spending a lot of time on their counters, etc., which they're having a lot of success. There was the counter as Winters gets it. Ian Yancey will haul him down this time. Last time it went for a touchdown, but that will be a 4-yard gain. Sterling trails 19-0 here at Smizer Stadium.
Yeah, but we're slowing the game down here a little bit.
You could
I
say
said that last time, and 2 plays later they went for a long one. Just when I was getting encouraged.
And we never want the Shark to be discouraged.
I'm usually pretty upbeat guy.
You are. 8:06 left in the first. Sterling leads Conway Springs leads 19-0. Another trap. This will be down to the left side.
How do you
Jose
know it was
Robles.
a trap? What made you think it was a trap?
Well, I'll be honest, that's my experience, and I don't know if it's a trap or not. I just saw him coming back across the formation, but my guess is they probably pulled someone there, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
You ever think about why we call traps trap? Is because we're tricky?
Yes.
We trap them?
There you go, Mr. Football. Burnson will take a direct snap. Hit really nicely there by Braxton Linden, fought off a block and managed to tackle.
Yeah.
Make a nice tackle. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards.
You know, we're hitting them hard.
Braxton took on the 6'3", 290-pound Chitwood there, and Russell had him locked up, but Braxton was able to fight it off and make the tackle.
Joey Chitwood?
No, you're thinking Hoosiers. And I know you went there this summer.
Yep.
That's another day.
I bought a shirt.
Be 2nd and 6 from the 20-yard line, Sterling. Another handoff to Robles. He bounces it left, nearly breaks a tackle. Actually, he did break the tackle, and he'll fight forward for it looks like the first down. He just comes across from that wing position, takes the handoff, and sweeps around the left side.
You know what I've been noticing?
What have you?
That all the backs, whoever ends up with the ball, they just keep their legs churning. They just refuse to go down easily.
And if you watch their offensive line block, it's kind of the same way. They block to the whistle and right up to it.
Number 24.
That was just a straight dive, probably with the sniffer, Cade Howell, with the first down. And
did you say sniffer?
Yes.
What did you say that for?
Because that's what it is sometimes called, is the sniffer. That's what most people would call it, because he's sitting right behind the guard in there.
And why are they calling him a sniffer?
Well, I don't know, Clark. You'll figure that out. Can you see him sitting in there? He's right behind the guard. 1st and 10 from the 13. Coons over the right side. He'll walk into the end zone, and he will score from 10 yards out for his 3rd touchdown. Make it 25-0. Conway Springs with 5:31 left in the 2nd quarter.
Well, that was a good defensive stand for us on that drive. It took quite a while for him to score. Definitely encouraging.
5:31 left. As I mentioned, Conway Springs stay in the...
They're not running that close the gate play after the last one we did.
They'll go ahead and kick it with Eli Benj. He's 1 of 2 tonight on his extra points. Hit his first one. That one's up and looks good. And it is not.
Oh,
I can't see it.
I thought it was good, too.
So with 5:31 left in the half, Sterling trails 25-0.
If you're looking for a friendly dentist that makes you feel at home, make an appointment with Dr. Douglas Henshaw, DDS in Sterling. Dr. Henshaw takes pride in maintaining your dental health and beautifying smiles, specializing in orthodontics, bleaching, veneers, fillings, crowns, and bridges. Dr. Henshaw's office can also help with personally fitted mouth guards, mini implants, TMJ, and sleep apnea. Online at henshawdds.com. Trust your smile to Dr. Douglas Henshaw, DDS in Sterling.
Let technology bring you closer this holiday season to loved ones near and far. With unlimited data as low as $25 a month, you can get the phone you want with the features you need from the best people. Next Tech Wireless. Keeping Kansans connected.
High school football on @astroradio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling and the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Braden Kuntz of Conway Spring has just added his third touchdown on a 10-yard run here with 5:31 left in the half. Sterling will receive another kickoff here on this wet, cold evening, but no wind tonight, so it's probably not just horrible out there, Clark. Conway Springs will kick off. This time Jaden Diasio will take it, and he will bounce it out over the 25, now to the 30, gets a nice block. Out to the 40-yard line maybe of Sterling, so a really nice return by Jaden Diasio, where Sterling will take over there on the 40.5-yard line.
Pretty good field position here for us.
Nice block on the exterior there, and I did not see, I think it might have been Braxton Linden, just like a great block on the field. The pros at H&R Block provide the help you need and the biggest possible refund. Find the tax prep option for you, H&R Block in Hutchison, Lyons, and Ellsworth. Now, Sterling can put together a few positive plays, as the Shark has said, but that's been somewhat difficult. The delayed handoff, Farney gets it. He is hit hard.
I'd agree.
Isaac Winter hit him hard right there at the line of scrimmage for a gain of, well, 2 out of that, a generous, I would say.
He definitely got hit hard.
Bring up 2nd and 7 now, 5 minutes left in the half. Tonight, Sterling is honoring the 1982 state football championship team 40 years ago. Sterling's only state football championship.
How are we going to honor him, do you know?
I do not know, and I'll hope to have the volume on for those of you watching online on Black Bear Broadcasting so you can hear that. Sterling is 2nd and 7, and they're going to have to take a timeout. We're going to get a delay of game, Sterling was.
Wow.
The 1982 team, Clark, they were 12-0. And
undefeated.
Undefeated. Closest game, I believe, all year was against Little River, and it was a 2-0 ball game.
Ooh, that'd be a barn burner.
Former Sterling head coach Monty Ball recovered, I believe, a fumble in the end zone. Now I'm probably going to get ripped for all these that I'm probably wrong. But that's the story that I remember hearing, that it was 2-0. And
okay, if he recovered it in the end zone, it was a safety then?
It was a safety, that's right. And
that's how we want it, huh?
Yep. Hope to have former head coach Gary White on after the game's over on the video stream. See, Clark will have a chance to interview him, hopefully, but can't guarantee that will happen.
Yeah, this weather's, I think it's kind of stopped misting now.
The 12-0 team defeated Clifton Clyde 33-6, and that was back in the day when there was no neutral site. You traveled, and Sterling traveled to Clifton, Clyde, or Clifton. I don't know if it's in Clyde or Clifton, and defeated the Eagles 33-6 that night. Now we're out of the timeout, 4:37 left. Sterling 2nd and 10. It'll be an inside handoff to Wyatt Newberry. He tries to shake a tackle, and just by his fingertips in his jersey, he's dropped for a 1-yard loss.
Had something there for a second. There's a hole. Just couldn't get up in it.
Really nice tackle there by Zane Zogelman. He just was able to hold on to Wyatt, so a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Was he holding on loosely? And he couldn't let go.
Is that something I should know? I assume that's a song. Is that what you're telling me, the Shark? He amused himself, let's just say that. And his brother and our stat person, Chad Comley. 3:53 left, Sterling 3rd and 9. Give to Farney, he'll cut it back. He's got some room. He gets a first down over the Conway Springs 45 down to the 44-yard line. So a really nice run and a hole there for Zane Farney.
Another good one. We've had lots of good ones tonight. A lot of good plays.
Now 3:30 left. Sterling I haven't been much deeper than this yet inside Conway Springs territory before bad things have happened to the Black Bears. Sterling will split out Eckert and Breyer on the left side with Diasio split right. Farney underneath. They'll give to Farney. He'll bounce it, which he does great, and he'll haul it down to the 35-yard line. So a little bit of formation adding here by Coach Schneider along with his fullback dives.
That was quite the move to the outside there by Zane.
The freshman does have some bounce to him, doesn't he?
Yes, you just can't make this stuff up. He was just going right at it, and boom, off he went.
That will be another Shark word of the week on our vocabulary on the Shark vocab book. And if you haven't bought that recently, you should.
Bestseller.
2nd and 9, Eckert way at the top of the screen. Diasio in motion, give to Farney, finds another little hole inside the A gap, fall forward for the first down to the 32-yard line. Now Sterling facing a clock with 2:30 left. It stops 32 yards away from pay dirt.
Best drive of the night by far.
In comes Russell.
Why are we taking Zane out?
Probably to give him a breather, you know.
Think?
Yeah, Russell Chitwood will check in for Conway Springs, the 6'3", 290-pound senior here at the right end or tackle. Diasio in motion. Logan will go back to pass. He'll throw it out to, and this could get picked. And there will be a flag. The pass was intended, I believe, to Wyatt Newberry.
Yes.
Did you think that was interference?
I think it's
Clark?
a face mask.
Oh, I got you. I see. You're exactly right,
I don't
Clark.
think he interfered with him. He grabbed his face mask when he was trying to catch it, probably about the same time the ball was getting. I think it was inverted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So will that be a 5-yard face mask, or will that be?
So he took his helmet off.
Nope. It will be a 15-yard penalty, and so what could have been a interception, and I did not catch the young man who inadvertently, as you said, grabbed his face mask, Wyatt Newberry, but that will give Sterling a first down with 1:57 left in the half, trailing 25-0. They'll put the ball on the 17-yard line of the Cardinals.
1st and 10 Black.
Diasio spread left. Braxton Linden in at fullback. Breyer.
I assume we're throwing this again? Is that what you're assuming too?
No.
No? Are we giving it to Braxton then?
That's what I would guess, Clark.
Okay.
Linden at fullback, 1:57 left. And it will be a give to Linden, and he will fall forward and being pushed still for a nice gain of about 4.5 yards, crosses into almost the 14-yard line, 1:46 and running.
Well, we got Zane a break out of all that. Braxton had a nice run.
Sterling definitely needs they need a touchdown for the sake of, yes, exactly right. 1:30 now.
Get a little mojo going.
Isaac Breyer way to the top. Boston Eckert in the slot. Diasio down here at the left side nearly jumped. It will be a sweep to Farney. He has a little bit of room, but the speed, I believe, of Isaac Winter chases him down for a 1-yard, maybe 2-yard loss.
Man, he looked like he was going to get the corner and get around there for a big yardage, and that guy just closed the gap.
Actually, it was Braden Kuntz who made the
well,
and that would make sense.
That would make sense.
Hey,
are you watching the clock? There's 56 seconds left.
Now below a minute, and 3rd and 12. Sterling definitely doesn't want to give the Cardinals back the ball.
Yeah, we need a score, though.
Ball sitting on the 18-yard line. 3rd and 11, actually. It'll be a counter option, a pitch to Wyatt Newberry. He'll haul it left. He's got a block out here by Boston Eckert. He'll be brought down by Zogelman and Coons. It will be a gain of maybe 5 yards, but 25 seconds left. It'll bring up 4th down. And
we must have a timeout left. We'll call it with 3 seconds or something. Yeah.
I would guess Coach Schneider has one, and he'll run one last play after he stops the clock at 10, 9, 8.
We can count it down.
And he will take it right now with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Perfect timing on that one.
Now, Clark, I did say that we traveled to Trinity next week, and I was reminded and then had to look. I was convinced that that Sterling was at Trinity next week. It's actually a home game, so I been messing that up all year, Clark.
But who are we playing?
Trinity.
That's
but
correct.
It'll be here. Yes.
Play the Celtics. They're ranked. Did you know that?
Yes, they are. After they did lose last week to Inman, number 1 ranked Inman, and I think Conway Springs. Let's be honest, they may be 2 and 3, but they're every bit in the top 5, in my opinion. We've seen Inman. I've seen Trinity on film, and Conway Springs definitely right in that.
It would be an interesting game to watch. Conway Inman. They're contrasting styles.
Yes, one's around the end and the other's up the middle,
Yeah,
but Conway Springs can run around the end too if they.
I don't know, but I don't think they're that fast. Inman's fast.
Inman is fast, but Conway Springs has plenty of speed.
Coons is fast. Coons is fast.
We haven't seen all of them yet.
I saw enough to know they're not as fast as Inman.
You saw Isaac Winter haul it 37 yards for a
Inman,
touchdown.
But Coons is fast.
Well, I would agree based on track results.
Okay, thank you. I'm not even a track guy, and I just watch football, and Inman's fast.
Sterling has twins to the right. Logan he's going to throw it up to Isaac Breyer. It'll be a jump ball, and Isaac, it's tipped up to him, and he couldn't quite haul it in, and that will end the half as Conway Springs leads 25-0. Stay here. If you're on the video, we'll have the halftime ceremony of the 1982 team. You are listening to high school football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Sterling trails 25-0 versus Conway Springs.
Follow our high school football coverage all season. Find schedules, game recaps, and streaming audio online at adastraradio.com or download the free Ad Astra Radio app from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is coverage of high school football.
We're a hometown office with big city technology. Hi, I'm Dr. Matthew Perry with Lions Dental Care. Whether you just need your teeth cleaned or advanced periodontal care like laser treatment and cancer screening, mini dental implants, or Invisalign, we have the technology. Our friend
Anybody who is a part of the 1982 state championship team, please head down to the track. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can direct your attention to the track. At this time, we would like to have a special recognition of the 1982 2A State Championship football team. They are the first and only team to win a state championship in football for Sterling High School. With the team motto of nobody, indeed, the Black Bears allowed nobody to beat them. With a record of 12-0, the Bears rolled all the way to the state championship without a loss. Under head coach Gary White and his assistants Bill Ferguson and Mike Fabian, the Bears played stifling defense and had a balanced offense to throw at their opponents. The defense allowed just over 4 points a game and had a total of 4 shutouts, while the offense put up almost 24 points a game. One of their toughest games of the season was against Rice County foe Little River. The game would be a defensive battle with no one scoring a touchdown. The lone scoring play was a safety by Monty Ball and Sam Brashear in the second quarter to make the final score 2-0. That year, Sterling played teams from 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A, and at least one opponent from every class making the state playoffs that year themselves. After winning districts, the Bears would go on to beat Mound Ridge in by-districts, Sedan in regionals, Johnson, Stanton County in sub-state, and Clifton Clyde in the state championship game. Sterling was led by seniors Vernon Starks, Robert Riggs, Monty Ball, Sam Brashear, Jeff Bennett, Hal Sankey, Alan Fenwick, David McMurphy, Tyler Cundiff, Jack Wilson, Doug McNutt, and Scott Walton. They also credit the support of their beloved fans dubbed the 12th Man. Jeff Bennett would go on to represent Sterling on the all-class, all-state team, as well as the Shrine Bowl. Coach Gary White was also honored as the 2A Coach of the Year and as a coach in the Shrine Bowl. This team would see many of its members go on to play college football and receive honors there as well. Please join us in giving a round of applause for the 40th anniversary of the state championship Black Bears.
Wildcats travel to Ames, Iowa, and face the Iowa State Cyclones at Jack Trice Stadium. Game kicks off at 6:30. Taking a look at the rest of the Big 12 schedule, majority of the times we highlight the Red River rivalry from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas as the Texas Longhorns and Oklahoma Sooners play against each other. But incredibly, that's the only game that does not feature a top 25 team. The Sooners and Longhorns kick off at 11 o'clock. It's still unknown at this time if Dylan Gabriel, the Sooners quarterback, will play as he was knocked out of the game against TCU. The other game that does feature a top 25 team, the 7th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys play against the Texas Tech Red Raiders at Boone Pickens Stadium. Cowboys are a perfect 4-0 on the season and 1-0 in Big 12 play as the Red Raiders try to bounce back from their loss against the Kansas State Wildcats. That game kicks off at 2:30. And in the NFL this weekend, it looks like the Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott still having trouble gripping the football after having thumb surgery, so he'll miss another start, this time against the LA Rams. And Cooper Rush will take the helm for the Cowboys, which he is undefeated since Dak Prescott went down with the thumb injury. The Cowboys and Rams play in LA at 3:25. And one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL is getting the Monday Night Football spotlight as the Las Vegas Raiders come to Arrowhead Stadium and take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders did get their first win of the season last weekend. They're 1-3, while the Kansas City Chiefs are out to a 3-1 start. And you can hear the Chiefs and Raiders on Mix 96.7 KMPK. That's a look at your halftime sports. Let's get you back out to your high school games.
Stream tonight's game on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio app. It's a free download for iPhone or Android. Powered by Next Tech Wireless. Coming up, more high school football coverage from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on adastraradio.com.
The Lions Recreation Commission offers activities and programs for all ages. Youth sports and programs, adult sports, 5K to 15K runs, senior activities through the Lions Senior Center, and more. Visit lionsrec.org or like them on Facebook for more info.
One play can change momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should come see me, Teresa Boken, your Farm Bureau agent in Sterling. I can help bundle your car and home together in a single policy. So if life sends you a blitz in the form of a storm or a fire, you'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Call me today at 620-278-2572 and see how I can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agriculture Insurance Company.
Is your internet service dropping more than the autumn leaves? Switch to MTC Internet today and receive free installation plus discounted service. Call 877-216-9951 or visit mtc4me.com today.
Rice County, your pharmacy is Lyons Pharmacy, located at 921 West Main in Lyons, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to noon. They also offer free delivery to the surrounding area for your convenience. Lyons Pharmacy, service you deserve from people who care.
Advanced Physical Therapy of Sterling offers the most comprehensive physical therapy in the area. Our therapists at Advanced Physical Therapy are trained in multiple specialties such as dry needling, sports injuries, orthopedics, and neurological rehab. If getting in to see your physician is difficult, Advanced Physical Therapy may be able to see you without a referral. To improve our services, we pride ourselves in one-on-one, goal-oriented therapy to help reduce your pain and get back to doing the things you love. Call Advanced Physical Therapy or visit our website at aptclinics.com and see how we can help you live at your physical best.
High school football on adastraradio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling as the Conway Springs Cardinals putting on a dominating performance in the first half as they lead Sterling 25-0. Braden Kuntz got Conway Springs on the board immediately as he took 12 seconds to go, 57-yard on the first play from scrimmage to make it 7-0 with 11:48 left in the first. Isaac Winter would tack on a second Conway Springs touchdown with 30 on a 37-yard run with 6:24 left in the first quarter. And Braden Kuntz would add another touchdown in the first quarter, this time on a 65-yard run with a minute and a half left in the first quarter to make it 20-0. Kuntz would then later add in the second quarter with 5:30 left in the second, a 10-yard touchdown run. Kuntz has 10 carries, 159 yards, which that should probably put him over the 1,000-yard mark for the season in just 6 games. Isaac Winter, 2 carries, 42 yards. Cade Howell, 1 for 2, and Nathan Burnson for 3 carries for 15 yards. And Jose Robles with 2 carries and 10 yards. Of course, the Cardinals did not pass any there, Clark.
They didn't need to.
No, not necessary to do that. For Sterling, Logan Isaac had a carry for no yards. Zane Varney had a really pretty nice half. His best half since the Sedgwick game. 12, 14, 15 carries for 73 yards, including one 23-yard run. Wyatt Newberry 3 for 7. Jaden Diasio no carries. Braxton Lennon 1 for 4. And Sterling is 0 for 3 in the passing area. So thoughts on the first half, Clark, as the Cardinals come back on the field?
I thought our inability to score right at the end of the half sets us up for another tough half here. I thought if we could get one in there, anything is possible. We're playing better defensively. Their drives aren't going one play and score. So
the Cardinals, this kind of offense is tough to prepare for because you don't see it often, and it's hard to prepare your scout team to prepare for the speed, etc., and you can get caught watching your keys or not watching your keys and trying to follow the football.
Well, let's just say it's impossible to prepare for it.
That's true.
You can't get your scout team to run it even close. So all you can do is talk about it, walk it, try to get a scout team to run something similar, but it takes a while to get adjusted to it.
As you can hear, Sterling just came back on the field we'll have the runoff here in just about a minute, so we'll have 4 minutes from kickoff. Other games around on KSKU 94.7, Lions at Halstead. Doug Higgins and Nathan Roble have that one going on. And what did you say the score was over there, Shark?
14-8 a minute ago.
14-8 Halstead, is that correct? Mm-hmm. So the Lions keeping it tight. Bueller is at Augusta on 95.9 tonight. Chris Shank without his sidekick. He is having that game. You had a score on that.
7-0 at half.
Bueller is 7-0. The Crusaders had a tough go so far this year. Smoky Valley on the Ad Astra Radio family of stations on 96.7 KMPK. Don Bingston and Doug Schneider, basketball coach, have that one. How's Smoky Valley and Pratt?
Smoky Valley's hanging in there. Pratt scored again right before the half to make it 24-14 at half, Pratt.
So good ball game there. On KNZS 100.3, Scott Miller has it Medicine Lodge at Trinity. What's going on over there, Shark?
Yeah, not good for Medicine Lodge. 28-0 at the half for Trinity.
And then on KXKU, the game of the week, Chaparral, I believe they're undefeated along at Kingman. And Brad Hallier and Grant Williams have that tonight on 106.1.
I don't have a score for that one.
Okay. You should tune in tonight at 106.1 at 10 o'clock as the Kansas High School football scoreboard show comes up on all across Kansas and can be heard on 106.1.
Do you ever get on that one?
I haven't checked, and probably not. They only put on professionals. I'm so bad at it.
So bad they won't even put you on it?
No, they won't put on it.
I always think you do pretty good.
Tomorrow on 94.7 KSKU, coming on at 9:30 in the morning, an hour and a half before kickoff. It's the Jayhawks and the Cyclones on 94.7. ESPN Game Day is there, and you're such a big KU fan that
is it an 11 o'clock kick?
It's 11 o'clock kick.
Well, I'm not a huge KU fan, but I do support them.
You
contrary to other people who just go one way or the other. I like all of our Kansas teams, and I'm rooting for KU.
They do play TCU. It will be for first place in the Big 12 after tomorrow. KU could become the first team in the country to be bowl eligible, I think, it may be the case. Wouldn't that be crazy? Can't get too greedy. Conway Springs leads here in Sterling 25-0. And Sterling College plays homecoming tomorrow. They play the Bethany Swedes. One of the teams will get a victory tomorrow.
Are they
both are over on the year, and so right here at Smizer Stadium, Scott Hogan will have that. I believe that's a 1 o'clock kick.
When I was at Sterling College, both our team and Bethany were good. We were rivals.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's any rivalry there.
Now, Coach Kessinger, when he was there, and they always were really good, and they've had some hard times. I think Sterling is improving. And they'll look to get their first win tomorrow. You said you're being Santa Claus tomorrow?
Yep.
In the parade, the Sterling College homecoming parade. Tell me.
And then I have to be Santa Claus so some kids can talk to me from 11 to 1.
For what? Are they taking pictures of
to
you?
do with White Christmas in
the musical here.
Musical, yeah.
There is a lot going on at Sterling College tonight. There is this football game. There is a musical going on. There is alumni basketball just across the parking lot. And so Sterling is well scheduled.
Yeah, our sure-to-be-wrong stat man's over in the gym watching his kid play.
And he's not even here right now.
He better hurry up and get back over here.
From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, we are just about ready for the second half kickoff as Conway Springs leads 25-0 on a rainy and would you consider it cold, Shark?
I think it's miserable out there, to be honest. The only thing it's saving is the wind's not blowing.
The wind is really not.
But this is the type of chill that goes down inside your bones.
Yes, especially after the weather that we've had,
Yeah,
and
it's one thing to be like 30 degrees and the wind howling and the snowing, but this stuff, I mean, that makes you cold and kind of shiver, but this stuff goes in the, and you just ache and shiver. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, this reminds me of track weather is what this does. So, I believe Sterling will receive, if I'm not mistaken.
If we would have scored before half, and then we get the ball back here and scored again, then within a minute, a few minutes, there's a lot of game left when you're only down
Absolutely. You can't let them have the big runs, and you got to force them to somehow punt, and that has not been yet possible for.
Breathing heavily.
I want to welcome those of you in from Conway Springs who are watching tonight, and those of you listening on the app. I am Brian Richter, and along with my partner, Clark the Shark Conley, we are both teachers at Sterling High School, and as we have mentioned many times before, we are an acquired taste, and we're glad to be bringing all of Sterling basketball and football this year on the Ad Astra Radio 94.7, or as you're following tonight on the streaming link number 2, Sports Stream number 2. Conway Springs will kick it off here, leading 25-0. I still say our return people are a little bit too deep, but as both of them are standing on the 8-yard line, Newberry and Diasio. And here's the kick, and they'll aim it at, I believe this is Newberry. He'll catch it on the right hash and bust it up over the 30s at the 35, the 40, 45, 50. He's got one man to beat, and he'll be run out of bounds at the Conway Springs 42-yard line. So a really nice run for the freshman. That's his best return all year.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of them.
He's been really close a couple times, and
holding on the return team.
Are you kidding me? We got a hold?
Well, that will be a hold on Sterling, so that will negate the return. But it looks like it was at the Sterling 38-yard line is where the hold took place. So instead of Sterling having it on the Conway Springs 42, it will move the ball all the way back to the Sterling 28-yard line, where they will take over. First and 10, Sterling. Newberry in motion. It'll be a give to Farney.
Farney on the carry.
He'll make 4. Hit by a host of Cardinals.
In on that tackle,
a host.
Winner, number 34.
I didn't want to say flock.
A host. Like, are they angels in or what?
That could be, yes.
Yeah,
Shark.
Nice analogy.
Only you would do that. You call
angels.
You say I say stuff. Second and 6 now for Sterling. A give to Farney again.
No, I don't think it was.
I think that's a fumble. I think Logan read it, gave it. Farney didn't get it, and Sterling will turn it over on the Conway or the Sterling 33-yard line. So the Cardinals will once again have a short field, and they haven't needed short fields at all tonight.
Now, they've yet to make an offensive mistake that I can tell. Have they even had a penalty?
I don't believe, not on offense, and if they have made a mistake, it might have been a missed block somewhere along the way. Definitely not anywhere close to a turnover.
We seem a little confused of who's going where down there. Yeah, we've got a lot of guys playing on the D-line.
And here is just student body left as Kuntz pushes his blockers out of the way on the way for a 15-yard gain down to the Sterling 23-yard line.
There's nothing fancy about that.
No, it's just everybody.
We're all going to run 3 guys in this hole and smash you.
And followed up with a 190-pound speedster.
There was no fancy to that one.
10:30 left as the Conway Springs machine continues to roll. That's a snap to Burnson, and he will get 5 yards.
Now, I'll bring up a point I made to you earlier.
Okay, let's hear it.
About there's different ways to lose, you know?
Yes.
But I think some of the toughest ways is when you're a physical for, you know?
Yeah.
It's one thing when they're throwing it and you can't catch up with them and they're dancing around and beating you around, you know? But when it just smashes you, it's just hard to take.
The bodies get heavier and the hits hurt more. 2nd and 6. 9:48 left. Kuntz off the left side follows his blockers down, and that will be a first down and down to the 5-yard line.
It's the same play they just ran, right?
Yeah, pulled both. I don't know whether you call them guards tackles, depends on who you talk to, but pulled 2 linemen and the lead back.
What does the sniffer do and all that stuff? Does he block?
He was blocking there.
Going up in the hole?
Yes, he was there. You could see Jose Robles leading him through the hole there.
So since they're pulling all these dudes, what keeps us from just chasing him down from the backside, like I said earlier in the broadcast?
Well, you probably can do that, and then they'll counter you, and you're chasing the cheese.
Is that what does it?
It's just it's a fascinating offense, and they have been running it well for 25 years. I believe that's Burnson, and the indication by this Cardinals it's a touchdown, and it will be. Burnson with his first touchdown of the night will make it 31-0. Conway Springs on a 4-yard touchdown run. Stay in the swinging gate. They'll snap it over to Kuntz, and he will score the 2-point conversion to make it 33-0 here in Sterling with 8:51 left in the third quarter. Conway Springs 33, Sterling 0.
Walton Plumbing and Heating at 112 North Broadway in Sterling is who to call for expert heating, cooling, and plumbing needs at 620-278-3462. A proud supporter of Sterling High School sports, Walton Plumbing and Heating says, "Go Black Bears!"
The Sterling Black Bears Booster Club supports Sterling Junior Senior High School students and their activities through the help of the community and parents. To learn more or become a member, email blackbearboosterclub@gmail.com. Good luck, Black Bears.
Hi, this is Matt with Pride Ag Ace Hardware on the west edge of Lyons. Ready to get your fall projects kicked off? Cooler temps are on the way. Now's the time to get started with Pride Ag Ace is the place. Whether it's reseeding your lawn, painting, or finishing up things that you've been putting off, we're ready to help. Central Kansas's destination for hardware and much, much more is Pride Ag Ace Hardware, Dodge City, Lyons, Mays, and Meade.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
High school football on @astroradio.com.
Welcome back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth here in Sterling on the high school football coverage on @astroradio.com and Black Bear Broadcasting, and which has been all too common tonight, Clark. I'm about to say that Conway Springs is kicking off once again.
And they're going to kick it to Wyatt, but at least he had a good return last time.
Newberry will
his stats.
This time they're going to aim it at Diasio. Diasio will line up on the right side this time, and they'll aim to kick to him. And here is the kick. It will head to Diasio. And
called that one after I said Wyatt.
Diasio will haul it over the 30, might get up to the 35, 33-yard line. So they'll start back there with 8:44 left in the third quarter as they trail 33-0 to the Conway Springs Cardinals. Remember, too, tonight or tomorrow, let Allen Samuels find you the make, model, and budget that best fits you. View their large inventory at AllenSamuelsHutch.com. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Come by, let's be friends. Sterling with Boston Eckert standing nearly on the sideline. Newberry in motion, gives to Farney. He's found a hole. He bounces it outside, sets up his block, and is hit hard from behind by Coons, but it will be about a 17-yard gain. First down, Zane Farney and Sterling.
Another great offensive play. We've done a lot of good ones.
He took it over the left side and found a hole and set up 2 blocks. And Coons would hit him from behind to stop him. Sterling on their own 48-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another give to Farney. He tries to bounce it that time. There's no one to bounce it, or no hole to bounce it through. Met there by Connor Rusko.
You know, I have a hard time. I keep watching Logan fake it. Carry out his fakes. I can't find the ball.
You mean Logan Isaac, the quarterback, so that could be.
He's doing a good job because he fakes me out, and I end up watching him.
Last week, Logan was able to have a couple of carries that he hadn't before, and you had asked me last week if he was reading that, and Coach Schneider said on the pregame show that he was reading those. So don't know if they've been doing that tonight. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. Logan will drop back to pass. He has Eckert in his sights, but Boston never looked for the ball. Then it'll be picked off by that was picked off by Eli Howard, who had probably the easiest pick he could have ever had in his life, as that it was a nice throw to Eli, but Boston never looked back for the football, and it was underthrown anyway. And so another positive movement is now negated.
Well,
there was some miscommunication. Would you agree?
Something was off on the pass there because you said Boston never looked at it. He never did. So he obviously wasn't expecting it where it was thrown, at least. I don't know what happened there, but there was some confusion.
Looked like Boston was running a streak there, and Logan had him on a little quicker. It was a 3-step drop, so he had to throw it pretty quick. Conway Springs takes over on the Sterling 47-yard line. And a quick snap to Coons, and he runs hard for a gain of 9.
Coons on the carry, tackled by number 2, White Newberry.
Newberry with the tackle. And it's safe to say, Clark, we'll be seeing much of this same team next year.
Is it safe to say that?
I think it's safe to say it will travel down there. They do lose Ben Ward, the 6-foot, 320-pound senior, number 78 there for you at home, and Russell Chitwood, the 6'3", 290-pound tackle there.
Some pretty good-sized boys.
They really are. Kuntz will fake it to Bernston, and he'll drag 4 Black Bears over the 30-yard line down to the 29 of Sterling. Stops the clock for another first down. 6:40 left in the third quarter.
In on that tackle, number 2, Wyatt Newberry.
Really subbing a lot of guys in there. Number 3 went in there for us.
Number 3, that's Dominic Moncada. He's been subbing in and out.
I saw him run in there.
Conway Springs now down to the Sterling 29. Clock runs, 6:20 left. Here's the snap. Kuntz will fake it again right up the middle, and he's not really hit until he gets 5 yards into the Sterling defensive backfield. And
so Mr. Run offense, why are they always going to the left?
Well, my guess would be
power's over here on the right.
Yeah, where they're heavy at, which tells you Sterling is probably lining up over here, and they're just overloading the weak side over there. He's found something that he likes in the Sterling defense, the way we're lining up.
I see. I thought maybe they just ran to the left a lot.
And he's running to that weak side over there, and he's going to go at it again. If I were him, he'll run it to the right now. Kuntz will carry it, and he will find the end zone once again, except that wasn't Kuntz. That was Taylor Wykes with the touchdown, and I believe that was from 23 yards. Was that correct, Mr. Chad Comley? Which will make it 39-0. Conway Springs will set up in their swinging gate, and they will kick it. the extra point, which will make it, should they convert, 40-0 with 5:27 left. Here's the snap, and it's down and it is up. And
well, it's a block.
I think it got blocked. I don't know that it ever really got on the tee.
It never got up.
So with 5:27 left here in Sterling, Conway Springs tacks on another one. It's 39-0 Cardinals.
Since 1904, Alden State Bank has been serving the surrounding area as a locally owned independent bank. Hi, my name is Lauren Bundy, Vice President.
And I'm April Kelso, Cashier. At Alden State Bank, we believe that our relationship with our customers is the most important part of banking. Making you feel welcome and providing outstanding personal service is our goal.
We thank you for your business, trust, and friendship. A proud supporter of Black Bear and Warrior events, Alden State Bank, member FDIC.
Livestock nutrition, pet food to feed and see, grain storage and the vet supplies, tires and batteries, crop chemicals, fertilizers, bulk fuel and propane, professionals to count on, we can help you sell that grain. One Stop does it all, CPC is who you call, where full value is always guaranteed. You get today's technology and yesterday's values, call your Central Prairie Co-op team.
High school football on @astroradio.com.
Welcome back to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is high school football coverage on @astroradio.com and SHS Black Bears and Black Bear Broadcasting. Be sure to stream tonight's game on your phone and the @Astro Radio app powered by Nextech Wireless. Shop the latest phones and devices at the best prices. Nextech Wireless, we are Kansas. Back at Sterling, it's 39-0 Conway Springs, and they will kick off again, Clark.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of kickoff practice.
A lot of practice, and they, through the first 3 weeks of district, they have done a lot. And when they play Inman, and I will get figure that out, that was going to be a fun game.
That'll be fun to see the two styles against each other.
This time, Wyatt, actually, Jaden Diasio comes over, and he'll pick it up on the left hash. He'll get it over the 25, slips into the 29-yard line for Sterling, where they will take over. Conway Springs, well, I thought I had their schedule here, and unfortunately I do not on hand. But they
what do you want to know about them? I can probably
They will
comment.
most likely play. They will face Inman at least in the next 2 weeks. Sterling takes over 1st and 10. Isaac will pull it and pitch to Jaden Diasio. He's got some room. He runs into a Cardinal at the 49-yard line, so a 15-yard run, actually farther than that. A 20-yard run for Jaden Diasio as he'll get it almost to the 50-yard line.
Another nice one.
It was.
We've had some very encouraging things on offense compared to last week, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
after the first quarter last week, you're right.
We did score last week, but then it kind of just shut down to nothing.
So 1st and 10 from the 49, the Sterling 49. Newberry in motion. It's a give to Farney. Tries to bounce it, and there's nobody to block for him there outside, and he will lose 2 yards. Actually, just 1. Forward progress, 1.5 yards out to the 47.5-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 11 for the Black Bears.
Well, something's a little different because Coach Snyder isn't calling the plays. Did you notice that?
I did not.
Well, maybe they're doing it through their headsets, but
that's probably what I'm guessing is going on.
He's maybe looking at things down this way.
Yes, probably right. Sterling will go in short motion as Wyatt Newberry heads back to his wing on the right side. Jaden Diasio in motion. A deep give to Farney. He'll fall forward for maybe a yard, get back to just past the original line of scrimmage.
He fell forward on 2 of our guys that were just laying there. They'd already been smashed down into the mud.
3:04 left in the third. Conway Springs leads 39-0 over Sterling here in Sterling. Conway Springs will they will host Inman next week.
Inman's going to go there.
And that will be
I bet that'll be a packed out crowd.
I think so. And Conway Springs should be ranked after this week, but being 3-3 probably won't help them. But they are definitely a threat as Farney takes it and tries to bounce it once again outside to the right side. Maybe a yard gain. It will bring up 4th. And
one little sad point I'd like to make there is that we had probably our fastest guy with the ball, and their guy zinged right up there. That was just as fast or faster. Did you notice that?
I did.
I mean, it looked open, and all of a sudden he was there.
So bring up 4th and 9 from the Conway Springs 49-yard line. 2:11 left and counting. Logan gets his miles in tonight.
How do they do in track? They got a good track team where they play baseball, you know?
We don't ever really see them in any of our Central Kansas track leagues, so I can't really tell you that, Clark, but I think they do have baseball. Sterling co-ops with Lions. 1:50 now left. Logan will roll, and he will throw it, a low shot to Boston Eckert, but it will be short of the first down. One of the rare completions for Sterling, and we'll get it down to the 43-yard line of Conway Springs, but that will be a turnover on downs as we now have a running clock here in Sterling with the Cardinals leading 39-0. Zane made a really nice block there. I didn't see who ran over him that saved Logan Isaac from getting smashed. And just like a great block on the field, the pros at H&R Block provide the help you need and the biggest possible refund. Find the tax prep option for you, H&R Block in Hutchison, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
That was quite a block.
Cardinals set up in a double wing this time, pull it, and they will give it to the slot, or the wing, and he will find, that's Isaac Winter, he will find a gain of 5 yards on the left side as they pulled Chitwood there, and you got a pretty good picture of him pulling out of that, Clark. 40 seconds now left in the quarter.
I did notice they were in a different formation. I just couldn't quite figure it out.
It's really more of a double wing with the
so what's that offense called?
Same thing. It's all just the formations, you know.
Oh, I thought it would maybe different wingy
Wingy.
dingy.
No, let's not say that. This is, I believe, Wykes in the game. He'll carry it to the right side and a gain of about 15 down to the Sterling 37-yard line, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter with the running clock. The Conway Springs Cardinals lead 39-0 over Sterling here in Sterling.
Allen Samuels and Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
First Bank values our students and residents, and we are proud to support their activities. We are committed to providing the services needed, whether you are at home or away. Online banking, our First Bank mobile app, and text message banking will allow your bank on your time, not just when your lobby is open. Mobile deposit is even an option. Our technology gives you 24/7 access to your money, even when you're cheering on the Warriors. First Bank, Sterling, Lyons, Chase, and online at first-bank.net. Member FDIC.
High school football on AdAstroRadio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling as we start the fourth quarter here with the running clock. Conway Springs with many of their second group players, at least their offensive backfield, have 1st and 10 from the Sterling 37. It's a give to Robles. He'll bounce it out, then back inside, bounce it to the right, and there's your speed, Clark, as he will score from 37 yards out and a touchdown.
That's their second string dude?
He's carried a few times, but yeah, you saw the speed there.
He's the one that tackled Zane on that one, I said.
Yes.
Looks like he had it.
So Jose Robles with the 37-yard touchdown run to make it 45-0 Conway Springs. They show the swinging gate, and they'll go ahead and kick the extra point, line back up. And
well, they probably need to practice since we blocked the last one.
Yeah, I think that was more them botching the snap.
Okay.
So it is a nice snap. The kick is up, and it is good to make it 46-0 here in Sterling as Conway Springs leads the Black Bears. So a 37-yard run by Jose Robles to make it 46-0 here in Sterling. If you need a consultation for an injury, be sure to visit Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation Sports Performance. Schedule your free consultation at summitkansas.com. The Summit together for exceptional health care. Well, it's been a rough night for Sterling as the Cardinals have just chewed them up and spit them out with numerous long touchdown runs. This one, another 37-yarder with 11:48 left in the fourth quarter here as we have a running clock, 46-0. Clock's not running right now. It probably
stops on scores.
I don't think that's probably accurate, but it is for right now.
Bueller's ahead 21-7 at the end of the third against Augusta. Gossel beat Pretty Perry 52-6. Canton Gavel beat Central Christian 46-0. Little River 48, Harrington 0. Centralia 28, Garden Plain 13.
Wow, those are two powers right there. Here's the kick. It'll bounce. Diasio will pick it up at the 20 and tries to get around a number of Cardinals, and he is pinballed out of bounds finally out to the 32-yard line. So if nothing else, Clark, our return game has been pretty solid tonight. Yeah. We've had plenty of practice, Sterling has.
I would agree with that.
Sterling.
All right. What do we need to practice here in this course?
Well,
what would you practice on?
I don't know. I
mean, the conclusion of the game's done. So we might as well get better at something.
I would want to get out of it.
Healthy?
Yes.
Okay. They've hit us pretty hard, but not cheaply. It's been clean football.
And Farney, it looked like there might have been a fumble there for Sterling. It'll be no gain. Sterling and Ellenwood, and we don't have an Ellenwood score yet, but Sterling is in a 6-team district. So what's coming up for Sterling? They face Trinity next week, another top 5 team. Tell you what happened, and it still doesn't look like we are on. Actually, it does now, and lost power up here. And so what you missed is Zane Farney with a 4-yard run. This time a toss to Wyatt Newberry. He'll get it in for the 2-yard conversion. And Sterling gets on the board with 4:15 left in the contest with Conway Springs leading 46-8.
Learn with purpose. Wherever you are in your learning journey, Sterling College has the training you need. With undergraduate, graduate, and online programs, you can find the career path just for you. Sterling College is a Christ-centered liberal arts college in Sterling, Kansas, located just 20 minutes from Hutchinson. Sterling provides you with class-leading KCAC and NCCAA athletics and numerous arts opportunities to perform, learn, and grow. Visit sterling.edu or scwarriors.com to take your step to being a warrior.
Rice County District Hospital is proud to serve the county and the surrounding communities with care that you can expect from your hometown. We live here, we work here, and this community is important to our entire organization. We're a family of professionals dedicated to serving our community's healthcare needs with dignity and respect.
Follow the Sterling College Warriors and Sterling High School Black Bears in the pages of the Sterling Bulletin. The Sterling Bulletin is your first source for Black Bear and Warrior coverage, with news stories and photographs of today's game. Pick up a copy next Thursday morning. The Sterling Bulletin. High school football on adastroradio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling as the Black Bears get on the scoreboard with 4:15 left here in the fourth and the running clock as Zane Farney was able to finish off the drive on a 3-yard touchdown run, and Wyatt Newberry, freshman, the two freshmen there combining for the Sterling 8 points as Conway Springs leads 46-8 here in the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Cale Thomas, after the 15-yard personal foul penalty, will kick it in the end zone, and so Conway Springs will take over on their own 20-yard line.
This is a score that might interest.
Okay, let's hear this, Clark.
40-7, Marion over Council Grove. Weren't they undefeated?
They were undefeated, Clark, but I'm telling you, they were playing a number of the District 3 schools that, quite frankly, weren't very good. So a nice win, it looks like, by Marion.
Are they in District 3 then?
They are not. I believe this is an out-of-district game, maybe.
Out-of-district game, huh?
So I believe Conway Springs may be Council Grove may be 2A. 4 minutes on the clock now. Conway Springs try to get a number of their new players in the game, and the massive humanity. I'm not going to be able to.
By number 10, Logan Osmer.
Thank you to former Chief Plouts, Logan Osner, with the freshman with the carry.
By number 77,
Pratt 31, Smoky Valley 14 with 9:28 in the fourth. Ooh. Halstead 34, Lions 8 the third.
The scoreboard update brought to you by Lions Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist, online at lionsdentist.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Conway Springs, 2nd and 9, 3:30 left. This time, I think that might have been Colton Freese with the carry.
Ball carry by number 3, Colton Freese.
He'll get a loss. He'll have a loss of 4, and it will bring up 3rd and 13 for the young Cardinals.
That's a nice thing to say, the young Cardinals.
Our JV will see them on Monday night at Conway Springs, 6 o'clock kick.
I always think that JV thing is tough.
It is tough, especially for Sterling right now when Sterling's playing 5 freshmen on offense, so they never get to play JV, so you reduce numbers for your JV program. That'll improve next year with a good group coming up off of your team. Conway Springs will throw the rare pass.
Number 6 is pass.
That was Eli Binge with the pass. And that will bring up 4th down as the clock continues to run on that incomplete pass, and Conway Springs leading 46-8. Thanks to all of you for hanging on through this.
Yeah, I can't believe you all are still watching out there.
Well, I think we had a lot of watchers until our feed went down and
lost them now.
Doesn't
look like there's still quite a few for this time of game.
2 minutes now.
Might be some grandparents from Smoky Valley watching it. I mean,
Conway Springs.
Yeah.
Wyatt Newberry will catch the punt on the 50. He's got a little room over here to the right, stiff arms, and he'll be run out of bounds by Logan Osner at the the Conway Springs 39-yard line, 35-yard line, and where they will take over as the clock continues to run with 1:40 left. So Sterling, again, they'll host Hutch Trinity next week, and just a tough district. Sterling's schedule has been a monster, and their 2 wins coming against Sedgwick and Remington, and their 4 losses now. I would, some of the better teams in 2A, Medicine Lodge would be the one that they would probably like to definitely have back. And there will be a timeout, Conway Springs, as they'll try to get their young defense set up with 1:05 left here in the contest. Clark, do you have a player of the game?
Ooh. I don't know. Their good runner, that
Braden
5.
Coons.
You got to consider him just because he's got staggering. Hey, sure to be wrong stat man. How many total yards does number 5 have for
Braden Coons?
Huh? For almost 200 yards. So, he sticks out. But who knows what's going up in front on that offensive line.
There's a lot going on up front.
I
That's
think
true.
Some of those guys are pretty good up there.
Would you like it to give to the Conway Springs offensive line?
I don't know that we can because I don't know that. I mean, I know what.
Well, there was some serious holes there, that's for sure. And his running backs blocked for him. You could almost give it to the full offenses. it takes, you know.
I think we got to choose a player.
You can't. There's no weak links. Well, I think we all know who that might be.
So I think we got to choose Kuntz, even though I think probably there's some guys that are just as deserving on that front.
I would agree, but that's how it is. Jackson Mendoza hands off to, I believe that might be Dominic Makata, the JV fullback, and he'll run for about 15 yards.
Who's the last offensive lineman to win the Heisman?
That would be Never.
Okay, so that's why they're probably not getting player of the game.
Yeah, unfortunately. We did give the offensive line to Sterling's offensive line the first game of the week, or the first week. The player of the game, tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Pride Ag Resources, Ace Hardware, the helpful place for all your hardware needs. Stop by your nearest Pride Ag in Lyons, Dodge City, Mays, and Meade. Ace is the place. 28 seconds left now. Sterling on the Conway Springs 24. Moncada with another carry, and he hauls a couple of Cardinals down to the 20 or the 18-yard line.
He's running hard.
He definitely is. Conway Springs runs a couple
He's a big kid, Dominic.
He is, the junior. And that will be the last play of the game as Conway Springs. I say that, but
we're trying hard to get one more off.
Trying. And they did get it off.
We got it. Dominic's going to go.
He'll carry it down across the 15-yard line, and that will be the last play of the game as Conway Springs will defeat the Sterling Black Bears 46-8 here at Sterling. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the post-game wrap-up here on the Ad Astra Radio stream number 2 and the Black Bear Broadcasting.
If you're looking for a friendly dentist that makes you feel at home, make an appointment with Dr. Douglas Hinshaw, DDS in Sterling. Dr. Hinshaw takes pride in maintaining your dental health and beautiful.
Follow our high school football coverage all season. Find schedules, game recaps, and streaming audio online at adastraradio.com or download the free Ad Astra Radio app from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is coverage of high school football.
Best rate for the win. I'm Ashley McClure with IVP Benefits Consulting Group. We want to help you or your company find the best health, dental, and vision insurance rates available without sacrificing any benefits. Call us at 620-904-7010 to find your winning rate.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
Get the latest 5G devices at NextTech Wireless. Now you can get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus on us, or up to $999 off any other device. And that's not all. You can also get half off a new Apple Watch when you bring your number to us. NextTech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Have you been putting off dental care or maybe looking for a new dentist? At Lyons Dental Care, you will receive high-quality dental care, build positive relationships with our friendly, experienced staff, and enjoy the pleasant atmosphere of McPherson Dental Care. We're a hometown office with big city technology. I'm Dr. Matthew Perry, inviting you to give us a try. Find us online at lyonsdentist.com. Lyons Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
High school football on adastraradio.com.
Welcome back to Sterling in the Allen Samuels broadcast booth as Conway Springs has just defeated Sterling 46-8 in this District 7 football game. It was all Conway Springs. On the first play from scrimmage after the kickoff, Braden Kuntz put a 57-yard dash to the end zone, and with 11:48, the Cardinals would lead 7-0. Conway Springs would get it back after a Sterling punt, and Isaac Winter would run 37 yards for a touchdown with 6:24 left, and the extra point was no good, and the Cardinals would lead 13-0. Kuntz would get the Cardinals back on the board on a 65-yard run with a minute 30 left in the first quarter to lead 20-0. In the second quarter, Kuntz would add more to his total on a 10-yard run with 5:31 left to make it 25-0 Cardinals. Nathan Bernston in the third quarter would make it 33-0 on a 4-yard touchdown run with 8:51. Taylor Weeks would have a 23-yard run to make it 39-0 with 5:27 left in the third. And Jose Robles on a 37-yard touchdown with 11:48 left in the fourth and a running clock. Sterling would finally get on the board to make it 46-8 on a 3-yard touchdown run by freshman Zane Farney, and freshman Wyatt Newberry would convert the 2-point conversion. 4 stats for tonight, the unofficial stats. What do you call these stats, Clark?
Sure to be wrong.
The sure to be wrong stats. Brought to you by Chad Comley, Clark's brother, so he can say that. Braden Coons for Conway, 14 carries, 196 yards. Again, these are unofficial. 3 touchdowns, his long run of 65 yards. Isaac Winter, 3 carries, a touchdown, 47 yards. Cade Howell had a carry for 2 yards. Nathan Burnson with 6 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown. Nathan did. Jose Robles with 3 carries and 47 yards and a touchdown. And Taylor Wykes with 3 carries, 29 yards, and I believe that's 3 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown. For Sterling, Zane Farney with 25 carries and finally got over the century mark for 117 since the third week.
Hard-earned yards for the most part. There wasn't too many out in the open.
His long was 17, and he finished with a touchdown. Wyatt Newberry had 6 carries for 30 yards, his best output this year, and a really nice kickoff return that was called back. Jaden Diasio with 3 carries, 41 yards, and his longest of 18. And Braxton Lennon came in and 2 carries for 7 yards. So, Clark, another tough defeat for the young Black Bears.
Yeah, that one emotionally is not as tough as last week, but physically tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I don't know if that statement makes any sense.
Absolutely.
That one last week was kind of a kick in the gut because I think we could have, maybe won that game. But this one, they would just manhandled us.
I think at the beginning of the year you see Conway Springs go 0-3, and you're thinking maybe they're a little down.
That's not what I was thinking.
Definitely not.
No,
and
I thought they were down and out. 0-3.
Did you really?
Well, I don't know anything about them, but they sure seemed to be. They were losing big too, weren't they?
Well, they didn't really score at the beginning. They lost to Garden Plain, of course. That's all their big rival, and lost 6-0 there, and lost to Chaparral, and lost to Kingman. And we know that all 3 of those teams are really good.
Kingman must be really good. They're talking them up before on the pregame show.
They had a really good year last year. Made it kind of deep into the 2A playoffs, and I think they are for real.
Sterling College guy that coaches him?
I don't know, Clark.
Okay.
I can't tell you that. But Sterling faces another tough week as they will host the Trinity Celtics next week, and they're a top 5 team, only lost to Inman, and really the game of the week. And I'm sure that maybe Kea or the Ad Astra stations will be covering that next week as Inman travels to Conway Springs.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to.
That would be a fun game.
I think we could just do our broadcast from Conway with some kind of video streamed to us, and we could play-by-play.
I think they'll put the A team on that, not the.
Oh, not the
12th team.
Us the 12th.
The 12th team.
Yeah.
If you would say, who would you favor in that game, Clark? Now that you've seen both the Teutons and the Cardinals.
That's a tough question.
He's burning up some serious gray matter there.
That's a tough question. I think.
After what you've seen tonight.
I think I'd still go with Inman.
You really would with the speed?
Well, because we didn't get to see what Conway does defensively against speed out on the perimeter with passing game.
Well, but that's the thing. Sterling shut down their inside game, Inman. It was their. You're right. It was their speed on the outside that we could not
It's
stop.
their passing game. And
but
here's the deal: what Conway doesn't get a practice against that.
That is true.
They practice against this stuff. So
I'm telling you, though, it's easier to prepare for what Inman does than it is for what.
I don't know.
For what this.
I don't know that you can.
I
say
guarantee
that with all the
it.
stuff Inman can put in there. I don't know why. Because you can't find the football in this.
Yeah, it's just so difficult to find it and how they run it, and they're so efficient at it. I'm telling you, Sterling moved the ball against Inman.
Sterling moved the ball against Conway Springs.
True, but I'll give the edge to the offensive line of
Conway
Springs.
So you're going to pick them to beat Inman.
I will pick them to beat Inman. So what are you gonna gloat when Inman? Because I know you saying Inman's going to win.
I chose Inman. You chose
did.
Conway Springs.
Well, we'll see who's right next week. Well, Sterling, as I said, faces Trinity, and then in 2 weeks they'll face Ellenwood, and that could be the game, if we're just being honest. That's a game to determine who is 5th and 6th in the district.
I think you should repeat one more time. If we're 6th, we play at home.
If we're 6th, we would play at home.
If we're 5th, we go to Johnson.
That's correct. The only problem is if you're 5th, you've got another victory on your ledger. If you're 6th, you have another loss.
Right.
And so McLeod could be making the 3-hour trip or Oskaloosa to Sterling, or you and I can be making the John out to God's country, my home country, out to Johnson. It looks like that's who it will be. Now, Sterling.
I would almost think they'd have a parade for you when you come out there.
Not in Johnson, Kansas, they wouldn't.
No. Do they remember your name, do they?
I doubt it.
Four brothers with that name?
No.
You played them every year, didn't you?
Yeah, we played them every year, but no. Incidentally,
well, Sterling, probably with their mouth of your brother Mike.
No.
I'm guarantee they got some probably
that could be happening.
Bad negative thoughts of that name, Richter, when you come out there.
Johnson, or as you would know him in Sterling, is Stanton County, is how you would know them. There was the sub-state final here for when Sterling would win the state championship.
We just talked about that tonight.
An epic game, and I think my neck still hurts from that playing Johnson. They won our district, and so that they beat us. And
Syracuse.
Yeah, and my neck, I still can't put it back as far as I would like to. Yeah, because of that game, to be really honest. Blindside hit by David Smith, who would go on to play at KU.
I would like to thank you for those comments right there for all the junior high mothers who don't want their kids playing football.
It didn't hurt my brain, right? At least that's
we'll get nobody out for football because your neck is hurt from 40 years ago against Johnson.
Who needs to look up much, right? All right, Clark, let's give one last scoreboard update for the few people that are still listening and watching. Let's give this scoreboard update brought to you by Lions Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist, online at lionsdentist.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Go, Clark.
46-15, Marion over Council Grove. That's the final. Around 2 minutes left in the Buhler game. Buhler's up 28-14. Trinity 40, Medicine Lodge. There's not a time on that, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter. Pratt 39, Smoky Valley 22. 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Halstead 41, Lions 8 at the end of third. And I told you about Marion. That one's over, I think. So I think that's about it.
All right. Well, be sure to join us next week as we will again be on the Sports Stream number 2. But if you want to hear the A-Team, the Trinity version, they'll be on, I think they're on 100 point. Can't ever remember the call letters, but they'll be on the radio. On the radio.
So we'll be right there beside them. We'll try to get them off track.
That could never happen with the shark in the building. So from Sterling, we'll say goodnight, and we'll see you next week as Sterling loses 46-8 to the Conway Springs Cardinals. You have been watching high school football on Ad Astra Radio and the Black Bear Broadcasting Network. For Brian Richter, actually for Clark Comley, I am Brian Richter. We'll see you next week. Say goodnight, Clark.
Good night, Clark.
Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hutch are proud supporters of high school sports. And of course, we are proud to support our community any way we can. Good luck to all of our athletes